Good evening. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chord Dave, of course. Thanks for joining me for number 42. Pleased to meet you if you're new, and sludge it. As you know, have to finish my beer so I can ban Glenn from the chat. It's happening, Glenn. I think it's going to happen tonight, but thanks for joining me, everyone. Lots of stuff going on, some new guitar releases this week, videos and everything went out, so if you didn't see them, we'll talk about that. Guitar giveaway happening next week, of course, and yeah, you can win this guitar. All you got to do is know stuff. I'll tell you a bit more about it later, and I'll probably put out a video next Friday explaining how it's going to work, so keep an eye out for that as well. If you were here for the last giveaway, it will be the same, so that's all you need to know. So let's get into the comments, and as usual, Scott Bogfoot is the first one here, so be nice to him because he can ban you from the channel. He can't really, but it's just be nice to Scott. Evening. Glenn Bailey says hello, and I saw Dave's video on Epiphone Power Player. I'm interested to see what the quality is like. Well, Glenn, thanks for logging in on your other account. Appreciate it. Yeah, well, we'll find out. That guitar should be here on Tuesday. So either Tuesday or Thursday, I'll do a video about it. But I actually purchased it before I knew more details about the guitar. I'll go into that as to why and how that happened. Anyway, we'll find out. I'd be surprised if it's a keeper, though. You also say you're surprised to hear that someone other than you likes black guitars. Lots of people like black guitars. Other people have a preference for other colors. That's all. That's all it is. Scott says he loves black guitars. There you go. Hey, I love black guitars, he says. Marsha's here. Good to see you, Marsha. Said, hey, peeps. I don't mean those marshmallow Easter birds. I have no idea what that is. I presume it's an American thing. With marshmallows in them. So very good. So good to see you, Marsha, as it always is. Dave doesn't really like black guitars. He was joking. It's not that I don't like them. I just prefer others. That's all. Usually blue. By looking at Dave, I would have pegged him for a blue guitar guy. That's you know, that's my problem. Anyway, Glenn, you try this kind of thing again, we're gonna have words. That's all I'm saying. So watch out. Only joking. How well does he feel? How does he feel about peanut butter? Peanut butter is fine for other people. Some of you people, I don't know. You have some weird ideas, and that's fine. We like that around here. Let me see what we got. We got about 15 people watching. That's pretty cool for a start. Hopefully more will join us throughout. Let me know what you guys have been up to for the week. Have you noticed any cool guitar stories coming out? There's been a few things caught my eye. We'll go through those later. Mostly those Epiphones and Squiers. The Squiers look great. We'll talk about them as well. But anyway, let's keep going in the comments. Be cool to actually keep up with the comments as they come in for once. Marcia says, how do you keep changing screen name? Why do we keep changing screen names? I'm pretty sure that terrible dude Phil would totally disapprove. Yeah, you got to watch that Phil guy. He's a sketchy one. But some people just think they're funny. That's all it is. Why do we keep, oh no, that's that one. I read that. That he's dead serious. PB is not his jam. Yeah, it's just don't get it. It's not my thing. Scott is asking, any new guitars this week? I'm slowly paying off my Telly, waiting for a Jag, and I think I'm getting the Dave Murray Strat. That is if my buddy's sounds as good as it looks. Very cool. Well, not yet for me, but the Power Player Les Paul is coming next week, and my eye is on a lot of other guitars. Yeah, my reverb list is not too bad. It's down to about 14. So if people could start buying those guitars, that'd be great. Because then I won't be able to buy them. And I'll just replace them on my reverb list with other guitars. That's usually what happens. But yeah, it's a new guitar week next week. Unintended, of course. But that's what happens, I suppose. But no, I think I'm holding off really for later in the year myself. Thinking that picking up one of those Bonamosas when they come out. And yeah, we'll see what else comes along. I think there's going to be a couple of nice announcements throughout August, September kind of time. So I think there'll be some decent stuff to pick up for me. Mar says, I wonder what kind of jam Dave hates. Like who hates PB or jam? I don't hate any jam. I quite like jam. It's all good. Just yeah, have no strong feelings towards jam. How about 70 likes and I spend next week logged into this account, very active in chat, so Dave reads them all, and finally admitting his love for black guitars. Glenn, you can be logged into any account that you'd like, my friend, and we will know it's you. So I'll just yeah, it's fine. If you get 70 likes, I will change my opinion on black guitars forever, I promise. So there you go. Hit 70 likes and I'll change my mind. That's all it takes. Scott says, gloss black is difficult to live with if you have OCD tendencies. There you go. No matter how I like playing my black guitars, I don't enjoy handling them. There you go. There you go. See, there's reasons. People have ideas. People get it. Scott gets it. But anyway, it's all good fun. Glenn says, we were talking about Gretsch guitars a while back. I went to Guitar Center and played a few. I'll say the Streamliner Junior Jet P90. I really liked. It was my first time playing them. That looks like a cool one, actually. Yeah, it's pretty. It's just a pretty straightforward guitar with P90s in it. Nothing super fancy about it, but a very cool one. Gretsch makes some lovely guitars in the budget range as well. So I'd like to check a few of those out. Maybe this year, early next year, we'll see what the guitar gods have for me. But yeah, they do make some really nice guitars at the minute. So yeah, we'll check those out at some point. But those big old Bigsby's took a while to get used to. Yeah, they do, I suppose. Never been a big Bigsby guy. I think I've only played one or two guitars with Bigsby. And yeah, changing strings and everything scares me on them. So we will see. Scott says, who's going to win a Squier Contemporary Telly? Yeah, that's a good question, because you can win one on the channel. All you got to do is be here next week, which is when we're giving the guitar away. It's going to be somebody who has watched the channel quite a bit over the last couple of months, or watched videos from the last couple of months, particularly the newer videos, I will say. Somebody who knows guitars quite well. Because it's not all going to be it's not all going to be channel related questions. We'll have roughly 10 questions, might be 8, might be 12, I don't know yet. But whatever number of questions we have, some of them will be related specifically to videos that have been on the channel in the last few weeks, and some of them will just be guitar stuff. So for example, question might be, this is not going to be one of the questions, but a question could be, what year did the Fender Stratocaster come out? And you'll have 4 choices, and if you pick the correct answer, you get to advance, and then there you go. It's all good. But yeah, it'll be guitar questions, guitar history questions, and recent video questions. And anyone who bribes me might get an extra 10 points. We'll see how that goes. Bribes accepted via Snapchat. I don't have a Snapchat, so I don't know how that would work. Let me change count before Dave gets halfway through his beer and accidentally bans me. Don't worry, Glenn. Your card has been marked, my friend, so don't worry. Scott says, I like duo jets. Saw a Harrison signature one recently. Very cool. Too much money. Cool though. Cool guitars for sure. Glenn, and then Glenn switched back and says, who was that annoying black guitar dude? We'll just leave it right there. We all what do you call it? Accept you, Glenn. That's all. I was going to say appreciate. I changed it at the last second. Dennis Flock is here. Good to see you, Dennis. Hope you're doing well over there. So he's got a Gretsch Electromatic double jet with a Bigsby, and it's a great guitar. Never thought a Chinese-made guitar could be so good. Very surprising quality-wise. Very cool, Dennis. Yeah, glad you're enjoying that guitar. Sounds like a cool one. Definitely think that Gretsch are making some cool guitars out of their Chinese factory at the minute. I'm not actually sure which factory it is, but it is. They do knock out some great stuff. Scott, as Marcia says, Scott, isn't that true of any dark glass color? They get super smudgy. They do indeed. Yeah, if you got glass is the worst thing ever. But, there you go. Glenn says I liked the Gretsch where they had it had a center cut with P90s scratch and send for a price. Send for a good price. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I almost went for it, and it was a nice color blue. There you go, nice color blue. Can't beat that. But yeah, that sounds like a pretty nice guitar. Anything with P90s is always a great guitar. Well, actually, that's not true, but yeah, P90s are cool. William Forrest is here. Good to see you. Says, yo, dudes and dudettes. I hope everybody is doing well. No, so I'm just saying that. Hope you are doing well, William. Never mind. Me putting words in your mouth or in your comments. Marcia says, Scott, you know I'm winning. I came second last time. I just have to make sure the app is updated before we start. Yeah, I'll give you plenty of time before next week just to make sure apps are uploaded and or downloaded and updated and signed in and all that sort. You don't have to sign in for it. You just have to get the code to the quiz, which I will give you at the start of the live stream next week. But yeah, remember, so from previous weeks live streams, we had various targets and we hit them, which means there is now a second place prize and a third place prize as well. So 3 prizes altogether will be given out. So 1 guitar, that's the first place prize. This is this Telecaster here. And then we will give a couple of other guitar related prizes. So I haven't figured out what they're going to be. There might be books, there might be accessories, there might be, I don't know, something. We'll see. I'm still figuring that out, but I've got a week left to do so. So yeah, let me know maybe if you have any thoughts or ideas. Keep it under $10,000 if you don't mind. That would be super cool. And by 10,000 I mean way under 10,000. Scott says, yeah, but black is the most unforgiving of colors. In terms of guitars, yeah, they get very smudgy. That's true. That is very true. Glenn says that Bigsby was big, but I kind of liked it. I wish I could put in that Michael Scott gif where he says, that's what she said. Anyways, moving on. Then it says, hello from Chicago. Time for 3CD after a 12-hour shift. Man, that is definitely the time. Yeah, 12-hour shifts are the worst. Well, they're not the worst. 16-hour shifts are the worst. But if you're doing a 12-hour shift, yeah, I'm sorry that you have to come back home to me. But there you go. We'll do our best to get you through it. Dennis, thanks for joining us after that. Glenn says, I don't want to mess with F-holes if there's a problem with the pickups. That's always a problem. Just thinking you're going to mention some other kind of holes there, but F-holes, pickups, all that sort of stuff, it is difficult to do that, and that has prevented me from purchasing many a hollow body guitar in the past, or semi-hollow, because they are a pain in the ass. But that's not impossible as well, they're just a pain. So Scott says, and a bitch if you drop a pick in an F-hole too. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world. Omar says, true, but still, how do they keep them so pristine looking up on stage, especially for TV performances with close-ups? Is there a product or trick we are unaware of? I don't think so. I think they're just, you don't see it from far away as much as you do when you're close enough. And even when you're close to a stage, you're still quite far away in terms of visibility of something like that. So yeah, but maybe there is a product I don't know about. That'd be cool. I'm sure if there was, they would be selling buckets of the stuff. So yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't keep it a secret. Anyway, time to get through the banning people juice. Oh, I forgot to say, today's beer is Old Speckled Hen, which is apparently distinctive, as it says on the bottle there. Yeah, I'm undecided, so it's all right. It's all right. It's not great. But anyway, cheers to all you, wherever you may be and whatever you may be drinking at this time, or eating, or whatever. Glenn says, damn, banned again, or banned, and he hasn't even had a drink yet. I'm watching you. Said Marsha, they have guitar techs taking care of everything. That's true. I don't know if they can take off smudges though. Probably make it worse. Guitar techs, the ones I know anyway. So that must be horrible with F holes. It's pretty damn bad with an acoustic hole after all. It is acoustics and pickups are or picks are a nightmare. Yeah, they always find their way in there. Glenn, the techs are up on stage wiping them down while they're playing. Yeah. Sometimes in little invisible ones, just wiping the guitar. Scott says, I've heard car care products work real well on battered guitars, more abrasive polishing. Didn't Geek Lord do that with one of his guitars in the not too distant past? He, I don't watch a lot of his videos anymore, but he did, I think at some point, use a car polish or something on it and said it worked really well to take lots of grime and stuff off the guitar. I don't know. But yeah, that's an interesting thought, to be quite honest with you. Grandpa Joe is here and he says, hello, fellow TCD chatters. I'm just checking in to say hi. Hey, Grandpa Joe, good to see you as it always is. Hope you are doing well. And says you'll watch the replay tonight. Cool. Well, if you're watching on the replay, good to see you. Grandpa Joe, thanks for dropping in to say hello to us. It's always good to have you here, even if it's on a replay. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the show. David Ruiz is here, says good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon to you, David. Hope you are well. And Glenn says, I've been thinking of car care products for frets. That's interesting. Scott got the 42. It is indeed episode 42. So we should just leave that there. Yeah, I can't believe this is episode 42 actually. Honestly thought when I was doing the first one, it would be the only one. So here we are, 41 shows later, after that one. And yeah, it was good. It's been a good time. We've had a lot of fun. Lots of cool stuff happening on the live streams. I enjoy them most weeks. Let me see. Grandpa Joe says, have a safe and enjoyable week, everyone. Well, we hope you have the same, Grandpa Joe, and hope you're doing well. Scott says, I'm opposed to Glenn getting banned. He keeps me entertained. He thinks, I don't know. We'll have to see. If he behaves himself for 10 minutes, he won't get banned. It's a tall order. Jess says, thanks, Dave, for making Rosie's birthday. Oh, it was good fun, listen, to be honest. So thanks. I hope Rosie's doing well. And good to see you, Jess. Thanks for dropping in. Matt von Bosch is here. He says hello. Good to see you, Matt. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's good with you. Scott says, you don't have peeps in Ireland. Look at you. We may. I don't know. I think I know what they are, but I'm not 100%. So anyway, I'm just gonna leave it there. I think I know what they are, but yeah, we don't have them here really. I think what happens is, so the supermarket I go to has or had an American section, and basically it was like Red Vines, Lucky Charms, Reese's peanut butter, cereal, and other crap like that. That's all pretty much. And anytime an American was here, they would be disgusted by the fact that that is the exported culture from America that made it to our supermarkets. So anyway, I think they may have had peeps at one point, and judgment was given at that point. There you go. Glenn says 1 peep equals 2 dentist visits. Yeah, it seems like it. Mar says, Dave, the new Epiphone is going to make a great travel guitar from what I'm hearing. I don't think of it as a kids-only guitar. It's nice for traveling and people with smaller hands. The specs seem nice. Yeah, I get that. And they did say that in the press releases, but they also are very much aiming it at kids. Like every single thing they're putting out is geared towards kids. Look, I might pick it up out of the box next week and be like, this is a cool guitar. Everyone should get one if they're going to be traveling and stuff. I see the point in that. Yeah, it's definitely going to be smaller and useful for that kind of thing. We'll see. Their marketing very much seems to be like to the 10 to 14-year-old age group. which makes me wonder. But then they have adults playing them on the video they released as well. So it's quite interesting. I think, yeah, you're right, 100%. People with smaller hands will enjoy them, I think. So that's a cool thing. It'll make guitars more accessible. I don't agree with them saying it's a professional guitar and it'll be your first forever guitar. I don't think that's the case at all. But again, we will talk about those Epiphones a little bit more in depth when I've played one. But also, yeah, if you guys want to throw in your comments, we can absolutely talk about it. I only pretty much know what I put in the video the other day about them so far. I didn't know quite as much when I made the purchase, but there you go. So to tell you what happens there. So I get up for work about 6:30 every day. I don't generally function for the first hour and a half because that's how long it takes me to install enough coffee for me to get through my day. But I knew Epiphone had a new guitar coming out. So I went on Thoman's website straight away. They were there. I was like, which one do I want to buy to do some sort of video about it? And I was like, oh, I get this Les Paul. It looks kind of nice. I preferred that over the blue, ice blue over the red. And I don't know, the SG looks a little bit like just a regular SG, whereas the Les Paul looks a bit different. So that's why I went with that one. It looks, there's something different to it design-wise. So I went with that and put the purchase through everything and then started doing my research on the guitar. Like 2 hours later, I was like, oh, this is a small guitar. I had no idea. So anyway, we'll figure it out. It should be here Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll get a video out about it. So yeah, Corey's here. Good to see you, Corey. Hope you're doing well. Say, gang, I was a few minutes late. Don't ever worry about being late around here. That's what I do everywhere. Have we discussed the new Epiphone Power Player yet? Just getting into it. But yeah, listen, I like the colors. I like the idea of what they're doing, Epiphone, and I like so much about it. I think the biggest thing about it is the pickups, the naming of the pickups. If you remember, I've been saying this for a while. They were going to start calling Epiphone pickups the same thing as the Gibson pickups, just to give myself a pat on the back there. I've been saying this was coming. And the 650, was it 650 or and the 700T in this one? So it'll be interesting to see. Also, something I didn't see on Epiphone's website, but I did see on Thoman's, is that they say that the controls are electronic. I just never see that pointed out. So I want to see what's in the control cavity when this guitar comes. It could be something interesting. I doubt it, but we'll see what they've got in there. But again, a professional guitar for €279 from Epiphone. That's a 3/4 inch or 3/4 scale guitar. I don't think so, but we'll see how it is when we get there on Tuesday. Mert says, you forgot to share the stream on Twitter. How dare you? Make sure to like the stream. Indeed, make sure to like the stream. So all good stuff. Let me see. That red 40th anniversary Telly looked nice. So if you haven't seen this video, no, not that one, this one, about the Squier vintage 40th anniversary, take two. As you can see, I got the thrown up the two. Glenn's talking about this one right here, which is a beautiful guitar. Yeah, it looks great, to be honest with you. I think they did a great job on that one. Let's take that out of the way. It's very nice looking, really cool, double bound. The other anniversary edition had some nice pickups in it. I can't remember which ones are in here, but I think this is going to be a cool series. And yeah, if you want one, you got to pick it up by the end of the year because they're only making them till December 31st. Cool little thing from Squier though, and I really like their other anniversary range. So may have to try and add one or two of those to the collection by the end of the year. I really like this Telly, and I like the Sherwood Green one. I was kind of obsessed with the Sherwood Green one from the other anniversary collection. Yeah, these are going to be in the shops though in about 2 weeks time. So if you want to pick one up, I think some places are already taking pre-orders, but that's what I believe, a couple of weeks before they're actually in stock. According to my contacts at a major guitar retailer in Europe, they won't have them for a couple of weeks. So there you go. But very cool, Glenn. Yeah, I liked that one as well. I liked a lot of the Tellys there actually, and I like the Jazz Masters. I'm not usually a Jazz Master uh, guy, but yeah, they look pretty cool. Um, Scott says, if you're new here and you'd like to join chat, you must subscribe and wait for 1 minute and then chat away. Absolutely. That's the rules. 1 minute and then you are free to chat with us. So that's important. Make sure you're subscribed and that you've hit the like button so that you can, just be cool. That's what it takes. Matt Van Bosch says, I picked up the Shine branded Daphne Blue Strat style guitar on Marketplace this week. Korean made, Grover tuners, maple neck and fretboard. Couldn't resist at £30. Surprisingly playable and fun guitar. You can't go wrong for £30. That's a cool one, Matt. Yeah, and Daphne Blue is a nice color always. So yeah, very, very cool. I like that a lot. Good pickup. 30 quid. Even if it's bad, you could probably fix it up for under 100, maybe 150 to get some good pickups and stuff. So very cool. My knees hurt. Thanks for joining us. Always good to see you here. It says, my guitars are so dirty and dusty, I just don't care. I have a Gretsch bass short scale. I really like it. $300. Sounds cool. Sounds cool. Yeah, that's cool. Just saying your guitars are dirty and dusty reminds me I got to go through a bit of a cleanup and maintenance kind of session tomorrow, probably with all of mine. So yeah, got to get my stuff, which is all here. So I will now. This is my cleaning kit. And I'll put it out so I can see it, so I know to do that tomorrow. Asian Redneck is here. Says, howdy y'all. Good to see you, Asian Redneck. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, nice to see lots of folks coming back to the stream. Glenn says, I keep a guitar towel handy to wipe down my guitar after playing them. Very fancy, sir. Very fancy. Yeah, I tend to usually most weeks, give them a bit of a wipe, and then every month or so I'll give them a proper rundown, just make sure there's no new scratches or dents or things or anything wrong with things, because that happens. Things go wrong. Just give them a once over. Usually once a month. Sometimes I forget and it becomes every 6 months, but that happens. I think it's been a couple of months since I did it last time. My knees hurt says, I won't win. You never know. You never know. It's going to be as straightforward as I can make it. I promise. And anyone who wants to win can enter, and hopefully you get something out of it. There's 3 prizes, so you never know. Asian Redneck says, I like the look of the Gretsch guitars, but for some reason I just get along with them, or any hollow bodies. I presume just don't get along with them. Yeah, they're not like with any guitar. Some guitars are just not for certain people. Some people like others that other people don't like and stuff like that, But yeah, I've never really played a Gretsch, so I'm looking to get one in the next few months. We'll see. There's just so much on I need to get one of these lists. So hopefully get one soon. My knees hurt says, I don't sweat at all. So my guitars don't get gross from that. Just dusty AF. Well, that's an advantage. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dust builds up on them quite a bit. Especially when you got them lying around like I do. So yeah, I gotta do a good cleaning job on them, which I often neglect. Matt says, interested to hear what the Epi Power Player is like once you have it. Strange scale length. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I believe they did a little bit of computer science or whatever to find out what the best scale length would be for a beginner, because apparently when they came up with the 3/4 thing, that was just, let's just make it 25% smaller. Like, there was no science involved in it as far as I'm aware. So anyway, we'll see. Hopefully they're great. I mean, that would be cool if they're absolutely killer. That would be super cool. But yeah, we'll see. I have high hopes for them, to be honest, because I think it's great if there's guitars. And one of the things that I think stops people playing guitar is that when they're young, they try to pick up a guitar that maybe belongs to their brother or their uncle or their dad or their mom or whoever, and it's too big for them and it's uncomfortable and so forth. So if small kids and smaller people can pick up guitars and feel more comfortable and work on it, then I think it's a great thing. And it'll just mean that more people are out there buying guitars, which will make guitars harder to buy, but it's always good bringing new people into the hobby. They can all support and subscribe to the channel, which is a good thing. Although they might have to wait till they're 18. Hopefully. Glenn says, I think the word you were looking for was tolerate me. Not at all, Glenn. Much love to you, indeed. I hope you do know that. But yeah, tolerate sometimes. Adrian says, killer looking Telly for the giveaway, but I shall not be entering. Got too many and been on a Les Paul kick lately. Well, you know, that's absolutely your call, absolutely. On a Les Paul kick, nothing wrong with that. And yeah, the Telly is a cool one. So, you know, hopefully everybody's who is entering is excited and looking forward to it. And I hope it goes to a good home. That's my only hope, really. Glenn says, doing fine, just sitting here pissing off Dave. As if, my friend, as if. No, you got a lot of credit in the bank with me, Glenn. You do. So you're fine. You're fine. Plus, I know what you're up to. I got you. I see you. SB is here. Good to see you, SB. Hope you're well. Says, hello, everyone. I'm writing from Bonamossa's bathroom. He doesn't know I'm here since Monday. I think he might figure it out eventually. Possibly. Good to see you, SB. Hope you're well. Money's Hurt says, I do about 12 hours in 3 days. Work is for suckers. Cheers to that. Unfortunately for me, must be a sucker because I have to keep going to work. So, as he Blazy says, I think you can play the Gravity Falls theme song, please. I don't know what the Gravity Falls theme song is. I'll look it up for you, but if I can sneak it into one of my guitar demos next week or the week after, I will. But usually for copyright reasons, I can't put in stuff like that. But I'll see. I have to look it up first and see what it is. So yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll try. Let me see. Glenn says, hey SB, how much forehead cream does he have? I'd say 4. Yeah, just leave it at that. SB says, it's true I'm surviving on toilet paper and his pomade. Pomade? I never know how to pronounce that. I don't know why he bought so much hair pomade, but it's quite nutritional. I enjoy your updates, SB, so much, and I hope you are well. I feel like you may not be. That's not a nutritional diet, I'm pretty sure. Manizard says, only issues with F-holes is dealing with the pots. Pickups aren't as much of an issue, but the pots are a huge pain. I built a 335 kit, learned a lot of new cuss words. Yeah, absolutely. Changing out pickups, because you have to obviously get to the pots. That is the hardest thing. But yeah, I get you 100%. Wouldn't mind having a stab at a 335 kit, but I feel like I would learn lots of new words also. And I know quite a few. So yeah, that happens when you grow up Irish. The Asian Redneck says, I like the look of Gretsch guitars, but I just can't get along with them, or any hollow body for that matter. Still wouldn't mind a guitar with an F-hole of glory though. Yeah. Some time I got to start a guitar company with one of those. I actually think it'd look pretty sweet, but anyway, moving on. Vincent Doyle is here. Good to see you, Vincent. And he says, evening all. Traded a Fender Highway 1 Strat for a Korean-made Gretsch Electromatic in Alpine Green. That is a very cool color. Incredible looking guitar. Can't bring myself to buy Chinese guitars. Yeah, look, everyone's got to make their mind up on that issue, but very cool. Sounds like you got a kick-ass one there. So I do like their Alpine Green. I think that's a very cool color that they do for their guitars. Glenn says, what's the Theater of Pain statue in the background? The what? I don't know. You might have to point something out to me in my own background, which is weird. My neighbors were making some weird noise right before I went live. Maybe it's them. Maybe they put something in there. William says auto saw for frets and T-cut for bodies. There you go. There's some interesting products to try. Car products. So thanks for that, William. Appreciate it. Artemis G says greetings from Greece and greetings to Greece. Artemis, hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping in. Let me see what we've got. Richard Clark is here and he says, I'm always hating on black guitars, but a few days ago I found one I can't live without. Check out the Castadosa Mariana custom video from Casino Guitars vintage Telecaster. Just gorgeous. Yeah, that's the dude, what's his name? Who was a master builder at Fender and he left to do his own thing. Carlos something. Anyway, yeah, good guitar builder and has done some very cool things over the years. Good to see him striking out on his own. I haven't particularly seen that one. I haven't really been keeping up with Casino Guitars for a long time. Now, ever since David Ruiz and I had a little chat about them. But that's a different thing I won't go into. But yeah, there's something I'll have to check out. Cool. If you can't live without it, it's gotta be good, right? I like what they're doing though. I liked the first couple of guitars I saw from them. Matt Van Bosch says Dave missed the stream last week. I was in the studio, my living room, finalizing my band's EP. Very cool. In a shameless act of self-promotion, be cool if you guys could check out Vinyl Casino on Spotify and YouTube. Very cool. Yeah, that's one to check out, guys. Where's my book? Let's get a piece of paper here. Was a Vinyl Casino. All right, guys, check out Matt's band there, Vinyl Casino, on Spotify and YouTube. Let us know what you think of his tunes as well. That'd be super cool. I will definitely check that out, Matt. Thanks for letting us know about it. Excited actually to check that out. It'd be super cool. Scott says first forever guitar. Well, I've kept shitter ones. Yeah. See, I never kept my first guitar. Just, once I figured I could trade it for something else, I actually saw a pretty beautiful 335 copy. 335? Yeah, it's a 335 copy in a local guitar store. It wasn't a particular brand name that attracted me to it. It was just a great guitar. Played pretty well, I thought. And yeah, traded in my first ever guitar for it. I still paid quite a bit on top. Very cool guitar, love that. But a time came to sell that, and off it went, and so forth. So I've always been a bit of a seller and trader and so forth of my guitars, but I just can't see anyone keeping a 3/4 scale guitar forever. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, Marcia says, delayed reaction here, but I'm wondering what happens if you drop a pick in a GH special. I don't know, but I'm not too enthusiastic to find out, to be quite honest with you. I feel like it gets thrown back at you somehow. Moving on. Glenn says, it took me a while before I realized they were smaller scale guitars. You and I both, buddy. But you didn't buy one, so before you found that out. There you go. Mars says, all I can say is don't reach in that hole for that pick. Good advice. Benny Larson says, hi guys, how have you been? I'm now 44 and just this morning I noticed that my hair had gotten even thinner. Well, Benny, I believe that means we have a happy birthday for you. So happy birthday and congratulations on hitting 44. It's a cool number. Appreciate it so much. I do see that Muddy H2O left a super chat quite a while ago and I didn't see it. So my apologies to Muddy H2O, who says, this guy talks a lot. That is the nicest message you've left on a super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, Muddy. We appreciate you as always. And super cool to have you on the live chat and not choosing your family over us for once. So thank you for that. We love you. Martha says, I thought Geek Lord said car polish doesn't work, or maybe that was Phil McKnight. In fact, I think someone said it strips the finish, puts fine scratches, and isn't good for metal. For the metal. Yeah, it could have been. It could be that, actually. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he said something worked. It was on a particular video. I could be wrong, but as a few people have said on this channel, that particular YouTuber has sometimes done things which has damaged guitars, and he thinks he hasn't. The one we talked about. So Phil McKnight would be the man who would know more than anyone. So yeah, whatever he says is the truth, and is the way to go with it. So let's see what we've got. Scott says Epiphone offered a 650 and 700 ceramic pickup before in a V, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was a while ago they did that, but specifically 650R and 650T. And I don't know. I've never heard them specifically reference that. And I do think this, like, bear in mind, this is going to be the most budget end of it. So by the time we get to them putting out a certain signature model or something, I think we're going to see different names that are more line up with the Gibson equivalents, because they, you know, they don't. I know they don't like the negativity that people attach to certain pickup names and so forth that they have. So yeah. Benny says, or sorry, Glenn says to Benny, I'm 58. What the hell is hair? Yep, I get you. It's this stuff. You gotta all grow beards. So, let me see. Marcia says, plus car polish is a huge mess and requires using a Dremel to buff the compound in. I mean, that's one way of doing it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, bit of elbow grease. Just get into it. Don't use that much. It'll be all good. But yeah, I've never used it on a guitar, to be honest. So I don't think I would. No matter what anyone says. Glenn Bailey. Glenn Bailey from My Knees Hurt says, look on your back for hair. That's where mine seems to have migrated to. Interesting. I love how we always migrate to different topics on this channel. I love it. Glenn says, Muddy, yes, he talks a lot, but I heard he likes B-word guitars. Muddy actually bought himself one of his brand new favorite guitars, a Gibson SG, this week. Sorry to spill the beans, but yeah, he's now fully on board saying that SGs are the greatest guitars ever made. I believe that's the chat we had. That's what I said in it anyway. Robert says, just tuned in. What a coincidence. I was on the Speckled Hen last night. Nice drop, strictly coffee this morning. Well, there you go, Robert. And cheers to you for dropping in on your morning time. I appreciate you doing so from that part of the world. Very cool that you drop in with us every week. And yeah, stick with the coffee so early, I'd imagine. Is the best thing to go with right there. Cheers to you. Guillermo has popped in and he says, how are you, men? Have you seen the Cream guitars? I have not. If that's a brand or a specific type of guitar, I have not, but definitely be interested in checking out if it's a new thing. So let me write that down as well. Cream guitars, and I'll check it out for sure and see what we can do. Mention them maybe next week if you pop in. Glenn says, I will stay with Diodario cleaning products. I mean, if you want, if that's what you're going with, wow, we got bigger problems. No, those are fine. I just always use the Dunlop ones because they're easy to get my hands on. So, but yeah, those, you know, those will work. Those will work as well. Specifically made for guitar. So, you know, you shouldn't have too many problems with them. Scott says, hey, Guillermo, fill us in on the Cream guitars. Yeah, absolutely. Marcia says, by the way, it makes sense that Gibson is hitting the kid demographic hard. Nobody else is really doing it. When you look at entry-level guitars from major brands, the specs seem better. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is one of those because they, I think, have a good strategy going after, you know, younger kids and like trying to pitch to them. However, are these the guitars that are going to attract the kids? And they're trying to make points in the video that they release saying, you know, they look like the Gibson Les Paul and they look like the Gibson SG. Yeah, they do-ish, but are they the color, are these the colors that kids are going to be attracted to? When I was a kid, when I was 12, I wanted a sunburst, like a cherry sunburst guitar. And that's what I got. That's what my first guitar was. But you know, these colors, are these what the kids are after these days? They look kind of plain to me, a little bit bland. But what do I know? I'm not a 12-year-old kid, so maybe this is what their market research has said is better for them. But it'll be interesting to see. I think the one thing that I think they've done well is starting kits, like the Affinity kits that Fender do, and the even their own Epiphone starter kits, the Les Paul Special 2s and stuff like that. They started to just been getting bad names because they haven't been top quality for a long time. I mean, great quality. So if these are like legit good guitars, that'll be a really great move. Although there's a lot of, for 279 euros, you can pick up some pretty good guitars nowadays. So in terms of not from Gibson or Epiphone or anything, but like Harley Bentons, and I know I get some wrath from certain other YouTubers, but yeah, they do make some good guitars in that price range. Money H2O has sent another super chat because he loves us so much and says, correction, the SG is my third favorite guitar, just like this is my third favorite YouTube channel. Hashtag peanut butter nipples. I'm impressed with that. Third favorite YouTube channel is quite good. There's millions of YouTube channels. To be your third favorite is quite an honor. So thank you, sir, for that. And for the super chat. I appreciate it so much. You are super cool. And listen, whatever's gone on with your nipples, with the peanut butter, that's your business. You can enjoy it. I hope you have a good night, sir. Thanks for dropping in, as always. Always good to have you here. And we know if you say third, you really mean second, so it's okay. Money's Hurt says, I kind of feel like a failure when I see how much dust is in my home, but I keep dusting and vacuuming and it just keeps showing up. What the fuck, mate? Yeah, that's a design flaw of Earth. There's just dust everywhere. You don't see it until it's built up on all of your guitars and so forth. So yeah, it's not fun having to dust things. So I think if anyone has seen the show on Netflix, The Good Place, we're in the bad place and the dust is the sign of that. There would be no dust in The Good Place. Anyway, yeah, don't feel like a failure. My knees hurt. We all got it. Marcia says, I guess I'm not supposed to answer because I'm not a man. Yeah, Guillermo was only asking the men. Marcia, sorry about that. I'm sure he'll ask a question for the ladies sooner or later. So thanks. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. John is here. Good to see you, John. Hope you're doing well. John Bratt. And yeah, hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. David Ruiz says, Guillermo. So maybe he has got something else to say to you. Says, oh, those are made in Mexico, right? I see that comment there. And indeed, that would be cool. I'll check those out if you let me know. Glenn says, I only polish my strings when I change my guitars when I change strings. Yeah, that's a good time to do it. Not a bad time to do it at all. Indeed. I do too. But sometimes quite often they need, because some of my guitars don't get played as much as I like them to. So sometimes, gotta polish them or at least dust them off beforehand. Cushman NYC is here. Good to see you, Cushman. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is good there. If you're in NYC, hope it's all good out there. Benny says, I think if I really try, I might be able to catch up with Dave around Christmas. Do tell me more. That's cool. That sounds like something exciting to do. As Jess says, can't beat the Dunlop cleaning kit. What's your preferred gauge and brand of strings for electrics? Speaking of dust. Not sponsored or nothing. I'll talk about sponsorships in a minute, actually. But yeah, Ernie Ball Super Slinkies, which are 9s. Those are my go-to. I've got a couple of boxes of them there. Keep a couple of boxes on hand at all times. There's another box over there. Yeah, just those are my favorites. I think they've always been good to me. They're priced pretty well, and Slash uses Ernie balls, so that's pretty much why I started using them. I was like, if Slash uses them, it's good enough for me. So yeah, that's all. But I like some people use the Darios and love them. I just love those because I just always bought them. I don't know, like when I had one of my guitars set up with Marty, which one was it? The PRS. He put the Darios on it and he said they were the best strings he's been using, so he's just putting them on everything now. So I didn't think they were super great or anything. They didn't make me any different. And the next string changed, went back to the Ernie balls. So Ernie balls for me, and I agree with you, the Dunlop cleaning kit works really well. I like it. And so far, it's been good to me. So there you go. Yeah, but again, not sponsored content. But speaking of sponsored content, you will have noticed in my 2 videos this week, and you will notice in the next few videos as well, there is a sponsor on the channel at the minute, offering free 14-day trials to the guitar learning platform. As this video, I'm not using the sponsorship for, but the link is in every video on the channel right now. 14-day free trial. If you sign up, you're really helping out the channel because it'll help me get more sponsors, more people I sign up. It is a get paid per sign up kind of deal. What I would recommend, used to work in a company called Apple. I used to deal with a lot of people coming in and saying, hey, I signed up for a free trial and I got charged. That won't happen to you this time. I've made sure of it. In fact, I've tested it myself. You can sign up, set a reminder on your phone or wherever you like to set reminders to cancel said subscription. Never get charged a penny, unless of course you like it and you want to stick with it after the free trial, and then you then get charged a monthly rate. I think it's $20 a month, and the equivalent then in other currencies. Just mentioning it because some people have asked me, hey, it's asking me for payment details on this free trial. Yeah, it's just for if you decide to continue, but it is completely free to sign up to the free trial, which would be a great help to the channel. However, after 14 days, you would get charged. So I would say set a reminder for like 12 days. Say the reminder could be saying, hey, cancel subscription to free trial. And then after that, you decide if you like it, you stick with it. If you don't like it or you don't think you need it, you cancel. And you've still helped out the channel. If 1,000 people sign up to the free trial, I'm going to look pretty good. Subscribers will bounce into the channel and we'll make lots of cool content with them. If 15 or 20 people sign up, I'll also still look good to them. So do think about it. The option will be there. I'll mention more things that are on it over the next few weeks. But sponsored content is here on the channel. I don't know how long it'll stay, but it is actually pretty good. I'm enjoying using that website this week. But if anyone has any questions, fire me an email as well, and I'll do my best to get them answered for you. Anyway, rolling on. Marcia says, yes, but I've seen the new guitars from Cream in NAMM videos. Very nice. Okay, cool. I haven't seen them. So we will, I'll have to look those up for sure. If they're very nice, Marcia says they're very nice, definitely worth taking a look. Scott says, I still want an AFD player pack. Yeah, I used to have one of those AFD guitars. There was a time when I'd just come back from traveling and had no guitars. I had no guitars. Yeah, had no guitars, and I picked one of those up. It's a nice little guitar if you're just noodling and so forth. Nice little touches on it. The pickup or the tuner in the pickup ring and stuff. It's a cool little thing. You can see why kids would like those actually, because they seem filled with tech and everything. And it says Slash on the headstock, so why not? They're fun. Glenn, Marcia says, Glenn, isn't that what most people do? Oh, with the dairy thing. Yeah, it is. It is indeed. Wayne McConnell is here. Good to see you, Wayne. Hope you're doing well. Says, hey, how are y'all? How the hell are y'all? In fact, I'm doing well, Scott. Yeah, it's been a good, crazy week, but good fun all the same. And in Ireland, 3-day weekend, so no work till Tuesday, which is fantastic in my book. Get a little bit of peace for Monday, although that never works out. Cushman is here. Oh yeah, there's a hello, Cushman already. Everyone's saying hello. That's nice to see. Scott says, had to have the pick guard removed from my EJ200. It shifted over time. I have to wait for a new one. It looks odd with no pick guard. Yeah, I don't think yeah, it would look odd without a pick guard. There you go. Well, at least you can get it replaced though. That's good. So yeah, good. It's an interesting one that it moved over time, but there you go. Those things happen, unfortunately. Let's see what we've got here. Marsha, McGlenn says, Marsha, I think according to Steel Panther, oh no, hands have nothing to do with that hole. That's why I keep extra picks. Oh, Steel Panther. Why did I ever mention them on the channel? Marge says, I've used the PRS cleaning kit because it got deeply discounted. Seems to do the job. I'd love to try the Music Nomad cleaning sometime. The PRS one's a good one too. Yeah, very good kit. Everything you need is in there, I think, more or less. And yeah, Music Nomad one I haven't ever tried. I looked at it a few times. It seems quite expensive if I'm thinking of the same thing. But there you go. Scott says, I bet he, as in JB, Senor Bonamassa, has monogrammed, there you go, words, monogrammed towels. He should do. With the kind of guitars he keeps company with, he should have monogrammed everything. I mean, he puts his signature on fretboards. He surely has it on everything in his house. Manisart says, I work very little hours and get to inhale nitrocellulose lacquer. Look at you. That's definitely a thing. So yeah, well, working very few hours. That's the good part. Glenn says, Dave, keep the news videos coming. Seriously, that's where I get most of my new gear info from. Thanks, Glenn. Actually, update on the channel side of things. So as you guys know, I stopped doing Guitar Wish List, which with a heavy heart, I love to doing that show. I have an idea for bringing it back in the future, but yeah, we'll see. It'll be a little while, I think. And Guitars of the Week was a shorter experiment, but it didn't really work. But you can see already those two videos this week did much better than the videos each week when Guitar Wish List and Guitars of the Week were on. So it's likely to be that's what we're going to stick with for a while anyway. I do have some other stuff which I'll try fit around those news videos. And occasionally when I do news videos, there's no news. So that's an issue. But video's done really well this week, which is a good time because the sponsors side of things has, appeared. And if we do well out of that, they'll keep coming back. So yeah, we'll see. I enjoy doing those kind of videos when there's good stuff to talk about and to make videos about. So I will keep doing them. I appreciate that, Glenn. Thanks so much for the encouragement. That means a lot. It really does. And I appreciate all you guys making comments and liking videos. I do check out the comments. I don't comment back because the reason why I don't comment back a lot is when I go in through comments and I answer comments, I tend to somehow always get drawn into arguments with people who've never been on the channel before, and I just get all annoyed. So I try not to write comments too often, but I am in there checking stuff out on most videos. So I do see you guys, and I do appreciate everything you guys do for the channel. So thank you all to you guys. Ernie B says, good to see you and Dave. Really looking forward to hearing more about the Epiphone coming your way. Thanks, Ernie. Good to see you as it always is. Looking forward to checking it out. It's kind of an exciting one, like something different, and also just unexpected thing from Epiphone. And I think Muddy H2O will say this is fair. On Monday, I said Epiphone are doing something tomorrow. Sent him a picture of one of the guitars, but I had no idea what was actually coming. So that's why I ended up buying one of these. We'll see. Hopefully it's a great guitar. But yeah, Toman, if you're watching, get your returns department ready because it's definitely coming back to you. It's purely I wanted to check one of these out. There's just like a 99% chance it's going back. We'll see. We will see. Todd Moore is here. Good to see you, Todd. It's always great to have you here. Says, hi all. Hi, Dave. Been on vacation. Hope you had a good time. Still unpacking, but I'm listening in with one ear. With the one ear I can hear out of Airplane Ride has my head out of sorts. Yeah, that'll do it for you. I haven't been on a plane in years now. Well, 2 years. 2.5 years. Yeah, the last time I was on a plane was literally like a week before the first lockdown happened and the shutdown and all that sort of stuff. I came back home after being away. Ironically, to buy stuff for the channel was my main reason for going where I went, and I came back. Yeah, I was about a week home, and they locked down everything. But yeah, glad you went on vacation. I hope you had a great time. Hope all is well with you, Todd. Good to have you here, as it always is. And Marsha's saying there, hope you went somewhere fun and relaxing. And yeah, I can drink to that. Good stuff. I was just talking the other day about how it would be great to go somewhere soon. So yeah, some nice ideas for places to go. Of course, it'll have to be guitar related or somewhere where I can do something guitar related. So recommendations are always welcome. My first thought is to maybe pop over to London. I've been thinking about this for a while. Pop over to London, do some like Denmark Street guitar shops videos. I know everybody does those when they go to London, but I think that'd be a fun one for me. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. If the sponsorship thing goes really well, by the way, if the Guitar Tricks sign-ups, if enough people sign up, and what I'm talking about there, if like 100 plus people, 120 people sign up, it's possible I could do a Gibson garage trip out of how much that would pay me. So that's where any sponsorship deals, payments, whatever comes in, will get pumped into the channel, because it's not going to pay my bills. So, I mean, it would, but it's, I have a day job for doing that. So, yeah, I'll spend it on stuff for the channel rather than buying a guitar. Maybe not buying a guitar. I'd like to do something like that. Go to Gibson Garage, or maybe just Nashville in general is a good place to go. Check out some places. Maybe Norm's another good place to go, just to hopefully meet Norm. With his health condition and everything, it'd be good to say hello to the guy and get some stories from him. We'll see. There's lots of different things. But as I said, if you feel like signing up for that sponsors link, it's in the description of every video, and it will really help out the channel to do so. Just make sure if you're not into it to cancel. Give it a couple of days and then cancel. That's what I would say. But yeah, feel free. It won't cost you a penny. And this video particularly is not sponsored, so I'm not going to mention it too much more, but maybe 5 or 6 more times. Scott says, with enough peanut butter, you can't even taste the toilet paper. Okay. Todd says, was in Tampa for the week. Bittersweet to come home. Very cool. Yeah, Tampa is a place that I've never been to. Tampa Bay, Florida, I think. Cool. Sounds great. I hope you had a great time. As I said, it's I've never been to Florida, but I'd like to go. Mostly because theme parks. Yeah. And also I'd like to go to Miami just to see all the places where they made Scarface, which is probably not a good thing. SB says, guys, I'm fine, but I think that the pomade made me hallucinate in a strange goblin that looks like Jane Lynch. SB, be careful. Be very careful of strange goblins and hallucinating. Just be careful. Glenn says, I had a semi-auto and the pickups sounded like crap, and I just got rid of it instead of modding it. That's one way of getting rid of them for sure. Let's see. Scott says, Cigar Box Guitars, what's your thoughts on them? The first time I ever saw Cigar Box Guitars was in a farmer's market in California, and the guy was trying to charge $500 at a California farmer's market. And I thought these were the craziest things. I literally stood staring at them for about 20 minutes before I was literally dragged away. I mean, farmers markets are crazy at the best of times. How much do you want for these carrots? No, thanks. And then end up having to pay for them anyway. But yeah, 500. No, that's not happening. The things themselves I think they're kind of fun. You can get cheap ones on places like Amazon and stuff, but I never really played one. But yeah, they're a fun little thing. That's my thoughts. I would not pay $600, or was it $500 at a farmer's market in California for one. That's my main thought. Let me see. In front of Chuck. The mask's in front of Chuck. What is going on here? That's from Glenn. I must have missed a comment somewhere that relates to that. Oh, hang on. The mask's in front of Chuck. What are you seeing? Oh, this thing. Ah, yeah. Yeah, this is an award from a film festival. So I don't know if you can see it because it hasn't got a very good engraving, but can you see it? The lighting. There you go. Wexford Film Festival 2018 Best Film. Yeah, so there we go. That's what that is. I did not win it. I ran the film festival, and the person who won Best Film did not attend to collect their award and did not send us information for where to send it. So I have it. Yeah, I ran a film festival for a couple of years. It was a lot of fun, but then the pandemic happened and everything shut down, and we just haven't got back to doing it. I'm way busier now. The other people involved are way busier now, so probably not going to happen for a bit. So anyway, guys, give me 2 seconds, please. I need to just take a 10-second break. I'll be back to you in just a second. Apologies, that was 11 seconds, but I'm back. So yeah, we should be good, and it wasn't anything to do with Agnesi. I thought it was, but no, he's far away. Thanks for asking, Glenn. Yeah, good catch in the background there, and just a couple of other things in the background people might notice in videos soon. Saying, or if you haven't seen them yet, you might want to check other videos for quizzes and things in the next week or so. Marcia says, Tampa is nice. I passed through there on my way back from Miami once. Stopped to look at the outside of the Yankees preseason stadium because it was like Jan, and the gift shop. There you go. I have no idea when baseball preseason is. So was that in January? Is that why you were saying January? Anyway, hope you had fun. Todd says, Marsh, I was in Florida visiting the wife's family. Most relaxation I've had in years. Cool. Tampa is paradise to me. The Columbia in Ybor City was fantastic, and the Gulf, of course, as well. Is that the place, Todd, where you told us you got the best coffee ever in? Is that there was a place there in Ybor? Is it Ybor City? I remember somebody telling me there's a great coffee place there, or to get coffee that's really good from there. I should have looked it up. I can't remember. But yeah, let me know. Hopefully that's where you were and you got good coffee. Glenn says, I've never tried a cigar box guitar. Maybe that's my next try if I can find one. Yeah, why not? Marcia says, I'm sure you make a great Jane Lynch do. Interesting. Sounds really nice, Todd. Really glad you got some R&R, because it seems like you've been working hard lately. It does indeed. Yeah, Todd's been full of stuff to do and busy and so forth. And Todd says, figures I'd leave town for a week, and Dave posts not 1 but 2 new videos. I haven't had time to catch up. Or to watch, catch up. Gotta catch up. Yeah, it's lots of changes, Todd. Lots of changes. I haven't missed a video. I haven't missed 2 uploads in a week in a long time. Just giving myself some credit. Another pat on the back for me here. It's at least 3 months since I've posted less than 2 videos a week. So, however, they have been the change is gone. So just in case you did miss it, Todd, guitar wish list and guitars of the week are finished. They are not happening anymore because nobody was watching them from a YouTube video point of view. So we've gone back to doing videos on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Most likely will be guitar review videos, or news review videos, I should say, guitar news videos. Go back to some of that. And we'll see how it goes. So far it's going well, and yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays got you covered. So we'll see how it goes. Because I know you weren't too thrilled with my videos, my Guitars of the Week going out on Saturday nights. So it didn't last too long. It wasn't worthwhile sticking with it. So those two series are ended, finished, even though it's quite sad. But there you go. Anyway, Muddy H2O is here with another super chat because he is a super generous young gentleman. It says, where's the flying V we were supposed to see 47 months ago? And hashtag Dorito Dink. I don't know what the hashtag means. But yeah, so soon. I promise you. And I know I keep saying that every week. So right, here's what happened with the video. So I recorded the Flying V video. And I was editing it. And something didn't go right with the video recording. So it's like, right, damn it, I need to record it again. And I didn't have time to re-record it that same day. And then a week passed, and then it became 2 weeks. And then I started recording it all again, and stuff went wrong again. And I was like, all right, well, maybe this is not meant to be. It's fine. I'll figure it out another time. And it's been a couple of weeks later, and I'm trying to fix this one thing that went wrong. And with the video recording process. And yeah, it just hasn't worked out. It hasn't been 47 months. It's been like 7 months. But yeah, listen, the guitar's ready. It's great. I promise you, by the end of 2023, you will see that guitar. I promise you. 2024, let's be safe. The end of 2024. Very soon, I promise. I promise. I'm aiming to get it done this weekend. Done properly, and if it's done properly, I'll put it out straight away. So it might be a bonus video Monday or Wednesday, maybe. But I'm trying. I'm working on it. I promise. I have nothing to do Monday, and I have a day off, so I'll try and do it then. Benny says just subbed to Vinyl Casino on YouTube. Very cool. Yeah, Matt will be happy to hear that. And Marcia says, Cigar Box Guitars are really cool, both acoustic and electric. I also recommend Woodbox Guitars, as seen on Jeremy the Guitar Hunter's channel about 6 weeks ago. Surprising tone, awkward to hold. Yeah, for sure. Ryan Burns says, hello, sorry I'm late. You're not late, right? No, there's no such thing as late around here. But glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. And hope you got some cool guitar stuff happening for you this week. Let's see, we've got Marcia says, shame on you for missing TCD videos. That's a good point. It's a good point. You're going to have to go back in the glory hole corner now and watch Geek Lord vids on repeat. Don't do that. Don't do that. That just helps him out. By the way, new people, all those references are just, Geek Lord, Steel Panther songs. I don't think Geek Lord has any songs. And if you're wondering who Geek Lord is, stick around long enough, you'll figure it out. Glenn says, let's hit that like button, my friends. And I agree, my friends. Let's hit that like button. 28 likes is cool. We got 31 people watching. I'm not going to complain about that. We do have one person who didn't like the video. So, that's a good ratio, 28-1. I can't please everybody. But if you were that person who hit that dislike button, good for you. Hope you're happy. Ryan says, I just came from the glory hole corner, Marsha. Why else would I be late? Again, it's a Steel Panther reference, and we love you all. Please do hit that subscribe button, stick around, and enjoy the content on the channel. You got to be a bit kooky, a bit wacky, and a bit fun-loving. That's what those things are, to enjoy the channel. But we love you. My knees hurt says, I've been looking at SGs this week. You should. SGs are fantastic. Great guitars. Probably the best guitar I've ever played is an SG. But I will say, do not discount the Flying V. It's one of the, I was actually saying this to Muddy H2O just the other day. When I bought my Flying V, I did not think I was going to enjoy it as much as I do. I bought it pretty much because of the serial number. I was like, I want to own a guitar that was made as close to my birthday as possible. This was made the day after, and it's like, all right, let's buy it. If it sucks, I can sell it. There'll be a market for it. So it doesn't suck. It's great and it's fantastic, and it's been restored now to more closer to its original spec. So although I don't think they originally had a Tone Pros bridge, but that's that's just how it goes. But I like the Tone Pros stuff, so that's what I put on it. Um, and yeah, it's very cool. But Flying V's are great, and I didn't think they were until I bought one myself. So don't discount the Flying V. But SGs are fantastic. Um, and he says to Ryan, well, obviously. Love it. Glenn says, Ryan, did you find Marsha's pick? Yeah, apparently Marsha dropped her pick down there. Anyway, Ryan says, you're excused this time. So Marsha's giving you the excuse there. Very good. Thomas Dempsey says, any news on the Epiphone Adam Jones Les Paul Custom is coming out? Hey Thomas, good to have you here. Thanks for dropping in. I don't have a release date, but it's coming very soon. I would expect it in the next... look, give it by the end of August. I'd be surprised if it hasn't been released, but it could go into September. It's soon. It's very, very soon. It's coming in the next few weeks, I would say. The last I heard was they were in the shipping process. And usually what happens is they ship them to retailers and they tell them, keep these secret for a few weeks and then we'll announce them. And they give them the date, but they won't tell us the date. So even if I tried bribing, which I did, I tried bribing someone and they were like, no, I can't tell you. But it's soon. They're either at dealers now or they're on their way to dealers. So they should be very soon. Again, I would expect by the end of August. If not, could be next week. Any week now, pretty much any week now. So keep an eye out on Tuesdays for Epiphone releases usually. Glenn says, I saw the Guitaristas is selling off some Les Pauls. Yeah, they are indeed. My good friend asked me which one I was going to buy. And unfortunately, the ones that I would like to buy from them, they're not selling. So the Takai Love Rock, I think that's a cool one. I would have bought that if they had it for sale. The Les Paul Standard I would have bought, but again, they're not selling that one. And the R8 is just a little bit out of my financial reach right now because damn crypto is being a bitch this year. But as soon as crypto stops being one of them, we never know. An R8 might make its way to the collection. But I'm not the biggest Les Paul fan really anymore. Honestly, it's SGs and Flying Vs for me, I think, for the foreseeable future. Beyond that, I want to pick up a couple of nice Tellys and maybe a Strat. I'm not sure I actually am a huge Strat guy either, but there you go. But I do love Tellys. But there you go. Anyway, Les Pauls. Guitaristas. If you haven't watched the Guitaristas videos like forever, go back and watch all of them. They're all great. Colin's a great presenter and YouTuber. You should definitely check out their videos. So head over there, subscribe, do everything to support their channel because it's cool and they're selling off some cool ones. They had 10 Les Pauls. I personally think if you have 2 Les Pauls, that's enough. So maybe they'll turn around and sell more. Maybe Colin will sell more of his collection so that he can buy more SGs, which would be a good move. I think so. Marcia says, yeah, I think Geek Lord tried the car polish once and thought it would be good, but then he took it back in another video and said he'd never do it again. There you go. See, putting out information in one video and then back on the next one. There you go. What have we got here? From Scott says, Epiphone propaganda to build fake brand loyalty. Fake Epiphone. Pfft, never. They wouldn't do that. They're totally authentic. Actually, it's kind of funny how many times they use the word authentic in their press releases for those for the power players. It just made me laugh. Every time Gibson or Epiphone uses the word authentic, it just makes you cringe. Is it just me, or does everyone else think the same thing? They just shouldn't. They just shouldn't. Donald DeMille, thank you so much with the super chat for $10. And if you want to drop in a comment there, Scott, if you can keep an eye out for that and just let me know about it, because I can't see a comment there. But Donald, thank you so much for that. I will get to it when I can, or get to your comment when I can. Thank you so much. Super cool. All right, William says, hair at my age, it's all on my arse. And with my farmer Giles, it looks like I'm giving birth to Senor Trump. There you go. Well, the human body is a wonderful thing. Glenn says, I haven't heard anything on the Jones release. I'm interested to see what the specs are. I can tell you what the specs are, but you won't like them. Are you ready? Are you ready for the pro booker? I'm just kidding. I have no idea. No, I think with the Adam Jones ones, they're going to try and pitch it as an actual premium guitar, not a, hey, look, Slash's name is on it, so buy it. Yeah, as I said, very soon, and next few weeks for those for sure. My knees hurt says, what SG did you pick up? A Muddy H2O. Oh, he won't tell you. He's pretending he doesn't like SGs. He got a really nice one, that's what I'll tell you. Really, really nice one. And he's in love with it, as he should be. Ryan says, I think you're right about the kids' guitars, Dave. Some cool colors and body shapes might have worked. Yeah, thanks for that, Ryan. I think that, I don't know. I mean, I just think they could have jazzed them up a little bit, and maybe there's more to come. I do like the fact they went with dark matter ebony rather than just ebony or black or whatever. Dark matter ebony is kind of cool. Lava red doesn't really do anything for me, and ice blue. Again, if you're going to be super creative with your dark matter ebony, come up with better colors than names than lava red and ice blue. But there you go. Top 3 TCD from Glenn. Top 3 what? But if you mean of the guitaristas Les Pauls, I think I gave you them. So yeah, his standard, which he's not selling, the Tokai, which is not selling, and the R8, which he is selling. So let me get caught up again. Marsh says, hashtag butter nipples. That's peanut butter nipples. That's twice that's been mentioned on this stream now. Just keep typing that so Dave has to keep repeating it. Hey, listen, whatever he's into, it's all good. Vincent says, Jackson do a great 2/3 scale length guitar, JS series or Minion. Really cool shark V shapes and colors. That's cool. I don't know an awful lot about Jacksons. I don't keep up with them too much, so that's good to know. Glad you pointed that out, Vincent. That's something I might have to look into actually. Now, maybe I could do a series of short scale guitars, and we'll see. Money Show says, to Money's hurt. Made to measure 61 custom shop with a 59 neck. Yeah, he likes his thick necks. So he does. It's a beautiful guitar. So he's fallen into the I like blue guitars bracket as well, and he can't deny it any longer. Matt says, Dave, good points about the colors and the price point of the power player guitars. So much choice and variety at that cost bracket. Yeah, that was my initial thoughts. But look, I get this guitar next week. It might be fantastic. So who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I should really go around and ask some kids, but I don't want to be the 40-year-old bald-headed beard guy who's like walking up to kids and be like, hey, do you like this guitar? So if anyone wants to ask their kids for me, that'd be great. We can put them on the video. They can be famous. It can be seen by like 800 people. Ryan says, I bought my niece a 3/4 scale pink guitar, pink Squier. Great guitar. I think if PRS made kids guitars, they'd do well. PRS would make great kids guitars, wouldn't they? They would just knock it out of the park. Yeah, that would be super cool. But I don't know if they would do that. I think PRS has the grown-ups guitar company more than any other. So yeah, it's a weird one, but it'd be super cool if they did that for sure. Money Search says, is the 59 neck a baseball bat? You sell drugs for a living. They're onto you, Muddy. They're onto you. Close. He's very close to selling drugs for a living, to be honest. Ryan says, $10 for a mask to wear when you're questioning those kids. Thanks for the super chat, Ryan. I appreciate it. I'll have to get an Agnesi mask. I think that's the thing to do. Mark Agnesi mask. If anyone can locate one of those for you, I appreciate that. Thanks, Ryan. Pleasure as always. Thanks so much. Marsha says, or not Marsha, Muddy H2O says to Marsha, great idea. So there you go. Asian Redneck says, I don't know if your view on the Slash Epi has changed at all since the release, but I was looking at different Epis the other day, and to me, it felt the best. 59 actually felt the worst, like a toy. Interesting. Well, look, I tell you why my opinion hasn't changed is that I haven't played one. That's my own fault. I could pick one up at this point and see what I think. I still feel like if I buy one of those, I'm going to have to put, I have other pickups now that I could put into it. So it might be worth picking one up because I already have the pickups just sitting on a table. But yeah, also they're discontinuing the Anaconda Burst, which I like. So if I was to pick it up, I might go with that one. I think the Vermilion Burst is going as well. I think those two colors are going soon. So yeah, has my opinion changed on it? I still don't think it's a great deal. I still think they're charging too much for it. But if I got one for 600 euros, I would buy it. Yeah, around 600. And sometimes the B stock ones are just a little bit above that. So yeah, I keep an eye on them. But you know what? It's interesting to hear your take on it, Asian Redneck. I think maybe it's worth picking one up just to see. I can always send it back if it's not great. So yeah, it's a nice I mean, they're nice looking guitars. They really are. We'll see. I still think though they're going to re-release at some point like a Slash Pro model or something, and it's going to have everything that I want in it. So we'll see. Marcia says that sounds like a nice SG Muddy H2O. Enjoy. Hashtag peanut butter nipples. Listen, I'm just saying, guys, I don't want you guys to attach that to everything that Muddy H2O says. He'll get labeled. It'll be a stigma. And, everything he does will have peanut butter nipples attached to it. Anyway, feel free. It's fine. Just keep doing it. Muddy H2O says, you bought a kid's guitar. What's next? A windowless white van? I may already own one of those. No, but genuinely, there's a business in my town. I think it was actually for sale. I don't know if anyone bought it, but it was for sale recently. It was a van that had video games. It was like you'd come to your birthday party, whatever, and the kids would get into the van and they play video games. Now, when I was a kid, you were always told, don't get into the back of a van with people you don't know, even if they're giving you access to video games. So yeah, I didn't buy that business for that reason. So yeah, no van for me. But thank you, Muddy H2O, for your super chat. That is cool. And as Marsha pointed out, it's not just a kid's guitar, it's also a travel guitar, and for people with smaller hands like these ones. So, we'll see. But thank you, sir. I appreciate you as much as I possibly can. Peanut butter nipples. So, see that hashtag, you shouldn't have used it. You shouldn't. That was a private thing. I told you. Scott says, Marsha, as a young woman, what do you look for in a guitar? Do you like the Vixens? It's a good question. It's a very good question. And also, what about the Les Paul Goddesses? Or is it supposed to do SG Goddesses, right? What about those? Those are kind of interesting. I like those. Muddy H2O says, to my niece, it's chunky, but not quite baseball bat like a 58. My favorite neck would be. Yeah, he's just... Someday I'm just going to make a guitar neck out of an actual baseball bat and send it to Muddy H2O and see how he likes it. He'll probably enjoy it quite a lot. And Marcia says, Scott called me young. You're young. You're pretty young. There's older people. There's always older people. So there you go. My niece says, my first guitar teacher was a Berkeley jazz jerk. Told me to get super slinkies. I got the Dario and he got very mad at me. So now the Dario for life. There you go. With everything, it's all a preference, whatever makes you happy with it. Literally on the back here of these ones, of the Ernie balls. There's the legendary tone, legendary players part, and it lists all the signature users. And there's some cool people in here. Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, Paul McCartney, Keith Richards, Slash, Jeff Beck, Pete Townsend, Buddy Guy, Angus Young, Steve Vai, Ronnie Wood, John Petrucci, Steve Morse, John Mayer, Mick Mars, Steve Lukather, Kirk Hammett, James Hatfield, Joe Bonamassa. And, you know, some of those names kind of attracted me to using those strings. Whether they still use them or not, I don't care. But that's why I started using them. I was like, good enough for those guys. Good enough for me. And if Keith Richards can survive using them, I can too. So there you go. It's a personal choice, though. You know, there's nothing wrong with any strings, I don't think. But yeah, I love those ones. I do love them. Money H.O. says, I actually got 2 new Gibsons last week and I haven't had to send either back. Yeah, you got one of those pre-damaged ones. That's why. But like we say, all Gibsons come pre-damaged. But yeah, it's surprising. It's actually surprising you haven't had to send at least one of them back. Matt Van Bosch says, where does everyone buy their strings? I have had some fake sets off eBay. I've learned to only buy from legit businesses. Yeah, that's a good point, Matt. There are lots of fakes going around. I generally, when I buy a guitar off Thomann, I also get them to throw in a box of Super Slinkies as well. Occasionally I will... I rarely get stuck anymore, but I used to just get Amazon to send them as well. Just throw them in a cart. Like what I'll do is I'll always leave them in a cart somewhere. So my cart on Thomann always has a set or a 3-pack in there. And 3-pack sounds like I'm talking about something else. Anyways, that's what I do. Thomann usually, anytime I buy a guitar, buy 3 packs of strings. So usually then I have a few sets around. Not enough for all my guitars. If I changed all the strings on my guitars tomorrow, I'd have no strings left. So yeah, must look into that actually. Right, we're moving on. But yeah, you're 100% right. There's fake strings out there. You wouldn't think there's much money in strings, but apparently there's enough to make fake ones. Ryan says to Muddy, I like the 59 neck. It's not as nice as It's nice and not as fat as a Slash or 58 neck. Prefer the OR0 necks best, or O necks best, whichever way you go with that. Glenn says, I'm getting 2 weeks off soon. I'm going to try. I'm getting 2 weeks off soon. I'm going to try the trial. That's a tongue twister. Try the trial. Good stuff, Glenn. Yeah, no, that'll be super cool. There's some good stuff in there, some good songs at least, good riffs and stuff. Won't bring it up too much, but it will be in every video for the next 3 weeks or so. Actually don't know when they're ending the trial, so if I find out, I'll let you guys know. Marge says, Scott, that's a tough question. Are we talking looks, specs, etc.? Yeah, that's good. Interesting. This is actually a good topic because I know more and more ladies are getting into guitars, so we could do a video about that, and I'll have to get a lady guitarist on to talk about it. So I know quite a few, so we'll see. Ryan says, I usually buy a couple of packs of strings when I go to a shop. It's a good place to buy them. In guitar shops, yeah, absolutely. And Money Show says, agree on the 59 neck and my second favorite Gibson profile. The 58s on my Vs are my favorite. Sadly, I can't do thin necks. My hand cramps. Aw. Yeah, listen, it's all good. It's all good. Bit of practice, you'd be fine. But you know, just stick to your chunky necks. It's all good. Adrian Redneck says to Muddy, I only own one Gibson, but with all I've checked out, I really understand all the hate they get. They've don't understand all the hate they get. They've been great. Yeah, here's the thing with Gibsons, and I own a Gibson that's 40 years old. I've had Gibsons that are in the last few years. I've played Gibsons from kind of pretty much not all decades, but like of the last 3 to 4 decades. Some of them are fantastic and some of them are shit. But the shit ones tend to get sent back and then don't, you know, unless someone keeps it and fixes it. So, but there's definitely been a lot of quality control issues. But when you get a good one, they're great. They really are. The problem is too many people get bad ones. And that's still happening. In case in point is Muddy. He has had a number of Gibson guitars this year and had to send almost every one back. And we're not talking Les Paul tributes here. We're talking like guitars that should not exit that factory without being perfect. But there's been ridiculous issues with them, like very basic things to get right wrong with them. So yeah, I think that's the thing there. Adrian, like, when you get a good Gibson, they're great. When you get a bad one, it's really it's more disappointing probably than with a lot of other brands, because you just want them to be better. But the great ones are great. They really are. And that's why I'm still a Gibson fanboy, despite the fact that I know they make terrible guitars sometimes. But I have to admit it, and I call myself out on it. Gibson fanboy, unfortunately, because I still think they have the... I do. I think they have the best guitars. I think the best guitar shapes and the best designs. That's why so many people copy them. That's just my opinion, though. Anyway, Glenn says, Matt, I usually get my strings from Sweetwater or from Shenandoah Music in Winchester, near me. There you go. Shenandoah Music in Winchester, Virginia. They make some good stickers also. So, and if you don't know Sweetwater, there they are too. So yeah, thanks to Glenn for the stickers, by the way. Some very cool stuff has arrived recently. But yeah, good stuff. Always good. Yeah, as I said, that's my thing. When I pick up a guitar, pick up a few extra strings as well, because you're going to change the strings, and it's usually good to just pick up extras just in case, particularly if you have more than the one guitar. Muddy HO says, yeah, Gibson has not been on my fan list as of late. I've sent 5 back for quality issues since February. It's not easy finding a good one. That's true, but as I said, the good ones are worth it in the end, because you do feel great with them. But there you go. Todd says, a guitar learning course. You say, I should probably look into learning to play after 40 odd years of owning electric guitars. I do that all the time. I always say that to myself. I should learn some stuff. Yeah, listen, I've been looking at the lessons here on Guitar Tricks. Some of them are great. Others you might think, it's not for me. It's worth checking out, as I said. But have a look at it. And that's I always feel like that, Todd. I'm always like, I can play some stuff. I can play a few Zeppelin riffs, play a couple of Hendrix riffs, the easy ones. Play a simplified couple of Rory Gallagher songs and things like that. But yeah, so just riff around and stuff. I'll just play around with it. But it'd be nice to actually just melt someone's face the odd time. That's all. That's the level I'm aiming for. But I do like the stuff on there, and playing around with it. I don't think I'll do, actually. I was thinking of doing a video like going through the site and looking at the different features and stuff, but I think because there's a sponsorship thing, it wouldn't be right for me to do it. But what I will say, I'll try and mention more features each video, and so far I like it. I like it for sure. Scott says, mine come from the shop I've bought my guitars from. I don't change my strings. My guitars are under warranty, and my guitar tech uses whatever kind I prefer from their stock. That's for Long and McQuaid. Very cool. That's one way of doing it. Absolutely. But yeah, it's nice when the store will do it for you. Benny says, Dave, my hair will be able to catch up with yours around Christmas. There you go. I get you. Thought you were catching up with me, as in going to find me. There you go. Just got to bang out a little more. Just got to bang a little more, and maybe they will give me an opportunity to go see my doctor. Well, it's all good. I'd say, shiny heads are attractive to people. I'm going to say no more. People like them. That's all I'm saying. There's a certain kind of credit you get when you shave your head. It's good. People don't think they like it, but then they do. Ryan says to Muddy, everyone thinks the 60s are the best for small or bad hands, but it makes it tougher to play with a slimmer neck. That said, I'm thinking getting a 60 reissue in Tangerine Lemon Burst. Tangerine Lemon Burst is a nice finish. In terms of that, this is going to sound, I don't think anyone agrees with me on this. I think anyone can play any guitar neck profile. Some are harder to get used to than others. Some are really, really tough to get used to than others. But that's from someone who's got really used to playing slim necks and then is moving up to chunkier necks. Going the other way, I'm not 100% sure. I can't say for definite, and I'm not an authority on anything related to guitars. I just talk about them a lot. But my experience is, yeah, slimmer necks moving up, it's not that difficult, but you have to, when you get a thicker neck, just spend a lot of time with that one and not go back until you're kind of used to it. So yeah, I presume it can be done, but you got to fight through those cramps. However, having said that, whatever makes you feel best when you're playing, that's the one to play. It doesn't matter anything else. So yeah, that's my nonsense for the evening. Part of my nonsense for the evening. And Aidan Rennick says to Muddy, I must have just gotten lucky getting to see all the good ones then. Granted, I only see them at a local shop and not order online. Yeah, Aidan Rennick, look, listen, it is a case where, like, I went years without seeing a bad Gibson. And actually my experience so far to date with bad Gibsons is Muddy's run of bad Gibsons, and they've been really bad. Personally, I've never had a bad one, even just ordering online. So a much smaller number, but I've always had good luck with them and with Epiphones, to be quite honest, except for the Jared James Nichols. But yeah, it happens. I talk to a lot of people, you guys included. Who was it recently was telling me about, or on the channel here, on the live stream, was telling us they got I think an R9, and it was horrible. It was in really bad shape when they got it. So, there's a lot of that. When you're spending that kind of money for a custom shop guitar, and you open the case and the guitar has got glaringly obvious flaws, that shouldn't happen, because that's huge money. It's an investment. It's a really big purchase, and people should get quality out of the box from those every time. The fact that 1 out of 100 is bad, that would be not great, but when it's like 25 out of 100, that's just not acceptable. And that's why they get the hate for it, because it's the higher end ones that tend to be worse, believe it or not. So yeah, look, when it comes to Gibson, the good ones are great and the bad ones are really disappointing. I think that's what I would say on it. But there's a lot of us have had really good luck with them and got good ones. I'm glad you are one of those folks also. Ryan says, I've just got the Music Man BF4 Valentine's, samest neck I've loaded, but still comfortable. That's a nice guitar for sure. Love to know how you feel about it after a bit. Margaret says, Music Nomad products are great. I believe they are, yeah. I've heard nothing but good stuff about them. Ryan says, agreed, slimmer necks make it harder for chord. For me anyway, lemon bursts are great. One of my favorites. I love the green lemon fades as well. Lemon bursts are cool. I agree with you on that. Scott says, Dave, do you think the original AFD album cover was too much at the time? And do you think it could be used today with censorship? Of course. I do not think it would get past today at all. I like it. I do like it, but it's a very 80s album cover. I was talking about this recently, like a lot of metal and heavier rock music album covers from the 70s and 80s would not pass today. You know why. But yeah, I don't think so. But I think the one they went back to with the skull cross thingy, I think that's so iconic. I love that. I think it's a really great design, and it works super well for the album. The original one, it's a painting by someone, or is it based on a painting or something? It's a great piece of art, but if it came out today, there'd be so much bullshit, and it would overshadow the music, if possible. But no. I don't think it'd work, to be honest. Not in today's climate where everyone's shutting down everything. I just can't see it. But the whole world is a lot more conservative now than it was in the 80s, to be honest, in the 70s. So I don't think it would pass. any kind of clearance whatsoever. Yeah, it's just, I'd like to see it, but yeah. I don't think, I think they're not even able to reissue it properly. Like they couldn't put it out on the shelves with that right now, even though it's a well-known cover at this point. Muddy H2O says, Raging Redneck, when you get a good one, they're great. I agree. I'm glad you didn't have to jump through the hoops I have, brother. And that's jumping through hoops. I've never seen anyone have to jump through so many hoops. Muddy H2O had a bad run, a really bad run. And I was getting pissed off. I think I was maybe more pissed off than he was at one point. It's like, the honest truth is Muddy asked me, should he buy his latest Gibson? And I said no, because of the number of bad ones he's had. Like just don't buy Gibson anymore. So, but I'm happy he got good ones this time around. So cheers to the good ones and, you know, whatever the bad ones. What's that, like 4th week in a row the beer's all finished? Cool. Who's getting banned? Is it Glenn? It's probably Glenn. Margaret says, hi, good to see you again, Margaret. Always nice when you drop in. And let me see. Ryan says, I wonder the same about the Nevermind cover. No way would that fly today. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it would fly. And I think I think when it comes to the album, I'm not 100% up on like new releases, but anything I have seen, they tend to be very tame, kind of almost stock photo-y kind of things. But yeah, Nevermind one would be an interesting one to run past sensors nowadays. Ryan says, what guitar did Dave buy? And Glenn answers, the new Epi power player that came out this week. Yeah, that's arriving on Tuesday or Wednesday. I got the blue Les Paul one, and let's see what it's like. SG for kids. I got a Les Paul. Come on, keep up, Scott. Ryan says, really, that's awesome. We'll see if it is. Hopefully it is awesome. Actually, I don't really have an actual Les Paul to measure it against at the minute. I should have thought of that because I do an SG you could measure it against. And there you go. Thinking at 6:30 in the morning and me don't go well. That's why my morning performance at work is never good. They're like, we're going to give you some time to ramp up each morning. It's like, thanks. The coffee maker is on full blast. The Asian Redneck says to Muddy, I'm glad you got 2 good ones. Then hopefully you won't have any more bad QC experiences with Gibson. That would be nice. That would be nice. And Muddy says, I got 3 good ones, so I may not press my luck on Gibson again for a while. He says that, but he will. And Ryan says, I've only had good experiences with Gibsons, which is great. It's great to hear. And yeah, as I said, personally, myself, I have had the same thing. Good experiences, any ones that I've ever bought. So that's cool. Unfortunately, other people I know. I mean, look at that one that KDH did. We talked about last week, the hairy Gibson, the hairy Les Paul with the clear human hair under the finish there. That kind of thing is nonsense. But there you go. They let it happen somehow. Todd says, Dave, you should come to Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa. My wife is a former employee and can give you and any others that come a grand tour. Well, that sounds cool, Todd. Absolutely. And as I said, all we need to do is get 100 people to sign up for that free trial of the sponsored link, which is in the link for all the videos and will be for the next while. It might even stay there for a long time. I don't know how long they're doing the 2-week trial though. So yeah. And by the way, if you sign up for the free trial, that helps the channel. If you stay longer, it helps a little bit more. It's up to you though. As I said, like free trial is free trial. Take advantage of it. Don't feel like you have to stick around because you signed up through my link or anything. Take advantage of a free trial and cancel the free trial if you don't like it, or if you just don't want to pay for it. That's all good. That doesn't affect me whatsoever. I say, yeah, get about 100 people to sign up. I'll do something crazy like that, and that'll be cool. And appreciate that offer, Todd. That's super, super cool of you. Muddy says, I hope you play the lottery. To Ryan. And Ryan says he does, and he loses every time. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, I didn't win the lottery this time, so there you go. Did I play the lottery? I don't think I did. So that's I Glenn says, I only bought one new Gibson in 2008, my SG, and I got lucky. No QC issues. There you go, Glenn. You see, good people get good guitars. Maybe that's what it is. Interesting. Just kidding. Just kidding. Richard Clark says, love my Gibsons. All my American-made guitars are generally better made than my others. That's good. That's good to hear. Richard, yeah, I hope that continues to be the case for you. Lots of cool guitars get made all over the world. But yeah, America has a stronghold, and I think America has the best reputation for like American-made guitars. Because a lot of people think guitars are only made in America or China or Korea. And that's not true. Like pretty much every country in the world has their guitar builders, but I'm glad that you've got some good ones. And yeah, like I love my Gibsons too, and my Epiphones and PRSs. So those are my favorite guitar brands. SB says, Norm, see that hole in the wall? It's a glory one. Joe made an indentation of his massive head. I'm rolling on. We love you, SB. Take care of yourself. Well, you know, don't let Joe see you. Marja says, of course, my chat froze, so nothing I typed to send. Let me say this again regarding string and other purchases from Amazon. That seems to be all he said. So looking forward to catching up with that. Dave, will you be first in line to Geek Lord's Museum? If I possibly can, I will be. Yes, wearing my 3-Chord Dave shirt. And where I will do a special edition one that is written in the font and logo style of the Geek Lord himself. Just for fun. So yeah, absolutely. If he announces he's opening the museum, I'm going to go to it for sure. I would pitch the idea of a class trip if that happens, that we all go, and or as many of us can get there, go. I think that would be super fun, and yeah, we can bring some like corrections with us because I think there may be one or two needed. Anyway, that'd be super cool. Thanks for that, Scott. Ryan says, picked up a nice Yamaha APX 1000 acoustic today. Got it in a trade for my old Kelvinator fridge I had in my backyard. It seems like a good trade if it was in your backyard. And yeah, nice indeed. Its name is now Kelvin. There you go. Ryan says, Dave with the award by default. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the film that won the award, but if you're out there and you want your award, just let me know. You'll have to tell me what the award was and I'll have to look it up. Phil Sakara is here. Good to see you, Phil. Hope you're doing well. Always good to see you. Let's see. Richard says, Dave has the tingle. Don't worry, it won't be long. It was, you know, gotta sort some things out sometimes. Matt says, Benny Larson, thanks for the VC sub. And yeah, just in case anyone's here who didn't catch it earlier, Matt Van Bosch, his band have a YouTube channel, Vinyl Casino, and they're on Spotify, so check them out. Vinyl Casino is the band. Check them out on YouTube and check them out on Spotify, and let's all support Matt Van Bosch there and his band. Hopefully lots of you will go and check it out. Benny says, Matt, you're welcome. Looking forward to checking it out. For sure. I am too, definitely. So I look forward to giving you my review next week. Marsh says, don't buy from individual sellers, even when it says ships by Amazon, because the seller provides questionable products to store and ship via Amazon warehouses, or they ship directly. It's very true. You can pick up... Amazon don't check things when you return them also. So it's quite possible you could buy a Gibson Les Paul and somebody has purchased one and returned a Gibson or something like that. It used to be an issue with PlayStation games, apparently. This is where the problem came to light. People would buy games and put in just blank discs and send them back and be like, I didn't want this. And they'd get a refund and keep the game. And then I know people would buy Amazon returns and sell them. So yeah, if you're ever buying anything off Amazon, just be careful. Also good to know, their returns policy is quite loose. Just in case you wanted to know that. Todd says, yes, the Columbia is home to Cafe Naviera. probably nailed that pronunciation, which is stone ground by hand there, Cuban style, and it's pronounced Ybor City. There you go. Old world Cuban Spanish culture. Amazing to see. Very cool. Very cool, Todd. Yeah, I'll be glad to check that out sometime, maybe, if I find my way to that part of the world, which is not impossible. But thanks for letting us know about that. Yeah, I knew somebody had mentioned coffee from that city. Ybor City, there you go. Scott popping in the links there for the Epiphone Power Player video as well. Thanks for that, Scott. And also, I think he's popped in the Squier 40th anniversary vintage editions so those both of those videos from this week. This one with the yellow thumbnail, which has had a lot of people clicking on it, so you might see a lot more yellow thumbnails. And then this one, which has had less but still more than my usual videos on a Thursday. The Squier 40th anniversary vintage series. Some cool ones there. Look at those Jazzmaster, just looking sweet on the end. The Telecaster looking pretty good. Yeah, so those are fun videos to make this week. By the way, just in case you have forgotten or you're new, this guitar has been given away here next week on this show. All you got to do is turn up next week and we'll go through it. We'll tell you what to do to win this guitar. It's a Squier Contemporary Telecaster, and it's very, very cool. It's in Shoreline Gold, and now I've got a billion comments still to read, so let's try and power through them. Marcia says, I also want to see that flying V. You will eventually. No, I just added up what you said, and it's equals 45 months. You guys are bad at maths, so I'm just saying. See, Glenn and Marcia are on top of it. Listen. You get that V video when I think you're ready for it. That's the real issue. 45 months and no V vid yet. Listen, shush. All right, you'll get it when it's time. I'm saving it for a special occasion. Oh, and by the way, if you get counterfeit strings or anything, contact the manufacturer because they'll sometimes replace them. Also contact Amazon or eBay because they'll refund or replace them too. There you go. Good tip. And make sure you take photos. You can usually identify counterfeit strings from the Dario if there's a problem with the reward point code not working. There you go. Good tip. Good tip. Glenn says, it's been so long the V has turned into a film award. No. Film award has been there a lot longer than the V. My knees hurt says, what color is your SG? My SG is faded pellet blue, the greatest color for SGs ever. And anyone who has an SG that's not faded pellet blue, I'm sorry. Thanks for saying so, Muddy. It's like, whose channel is this? Who's getting all the support? My knees hurt says, I need a red stained one. I need to see the wood grain. It's a good point. But it needs to be red. I need more red guitars and red vines. Nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're into, that's cool. Muddy says, the film award is clearly a prop given he can't record an 8-minute video properly on the V. Hey, it's an 11-minute video. So you watch yourself. All right. Marcia says, I missed that comment about finding the pick. There you go. It's a procrastination award. It surely is. And Muddy says, I think he's still waiting for the trophy for that. I like what you did there. Today I've discovered that guitars in a shop that are hanging on the wall, but for whatever reason are touching the floor is one of my biggest pet peeves. That would be, yeah. If it's hanging on the wall and touching the floor. There you go. Glenn says, did Dave just say he wants another V? WTF, he doesn't even know where his other one went. Oh, I know where that one is. Don't trust me. Not everything I have has a video. But yeah, I'll pick up another V at some point. 4 or 5 more SGs. Let's see what happens then. Benny says, I saw a 1983 Gibson SG Standard in red, including the original chainsaw case for sale here in Denmark. New pickups, but otherwise stock around 1,350 euros. That's a good deal. That is a good deal for an 83. If there's no breaks or anything, or cracks or, headstock replacement or repairs, that's pretty good. Donald DeMille says, cheers from rainy Atlanta, Georgia. Something to jumpstart the trip to Denmark Street or a new pack of strings. Very cool of you, Donald. Thank you so much for that. It's very cool of you, and I appreciate it so much. Scott says, I got 7 LPs. I can't sell any, but also cannot see myself buying any more. Well, 7 is enough. Yeah, for sure. Depending on how big your collection is, you'll always run into numbers. I mean, look, they do look pretty. I don't find them the most comfortable guitar, and that's the problem with them for me. But I still like them. I still like them. I think I'm gonna have to every time I say I don't like something or I don't want to pick up too many more, I'm gonna have to make it clear. It's just a preference. It doesn't mean I hate them or dislike them forever. And probably will always add more to my collection at some point. So just watch out for that. My knees hurt says authentic and pro are two words that I can't get behind when displayed on guitars. So, yeah, those always make me feel what's going on here. Glenn has 3 Les Pauls. Well, suppose that's fine. Suppose that's fine. Michael Tuesca says, my 93 LP Studio is a workhorse. Very cool. I've broken the headstock twice, but it still plays great and is my go-to. I also have an 02 LP Standard Plus. Those are good, yeah. Love that guitar. Just weighs as much as a boat anchor. That is the big problem with LPs, yeah, for sure. But thanks for dropping in, Michael. Thanks for letting us know about that. That's cool. Glad your LP Studio from 93 is working well for you. That's cool, having an old guitar like that. They made them a bit better in 93, didn't they? Glenn has a 93 LP Studio to love it, and it is a workhorse. There you go. Slapped on a TP6 tailpiece on it and flipped the neck pickup around to give it a greeny tribute. Very cool. Yeah, TP6s are cool. Maybe I just think that because they're on Lucille, but I do think they're cool. Glenn says, stranger danger. We're all friends here, Glenn. What are you talking about? Get in the van. Ryan says, help. It's the man who stole my dad's award. No, he just didn't collect it. Honest. Michael says, the finish on the 59 Epi is not my fave. Same thing goes with the Prophecy line. If the Lazarus was a better top, that would be the way to go. I think the Epi Custom is great. Yeah, listen, I said some stuff about the Lazarus last year. People got really upset about it, including Mr. Bonamassa, apparently. So I'm not going to say too much. Some of them were nice. Some of them were not. So that's all I'm saying. Michael also says, get a disco ball and a bowl of candy for that windowless white van. That'd be a fun evening. Scott says, buying any guitars from Guitaristas? I don't think I will be, but I might talk to Colin. We'll see how it goes. Glenn says, Mommy, why is that man holding a blue guitar in our park? Oh, no. And Scott wants peanut bookers. See, this is where the weird stuff comes in on the channel, lads. Thanks for that, Scott. Appreciate it. Judgment is heading your way. Anybody get those guys in the white vans driving around pretending to have stolen speakers for sale? No. That must be an out your way kind of thing. Glenn says, great now. After 58 years, I find I wasn't supposed to get in vans. Hey, someone should have told you. Hey kid, put this top hat on and tell me what you think of this guitar. That's an idea. That is an idea. My knees hurt says, put me in coach. Doesn't the guy from CCR have a baseball bat guitar? Possibly. Who wants to play dress up? Ryan, I can't use that line. No way. Scott says, Chris Cornell is on the regular Slinky packs. He should be removed, in my opinion. He doesn't play them anymore. Yeah, I don't think he does play them anymore. That's true. That is true. I haven't actually looked at who's on there. There could be lots of people who, for particular reasons don't play anymore. Some of those guys use multiple brands. It says it on the back of the pack there, Marcia. You can't argue with it written in print. Yeah, you are right. Ricky Compton says, hey everyone. Hey Ricky, hope you're doing well. So yeah, it's always good to see you dropping in. Todd says, 3 packs is how I buy pre-rolled smokables. There you go. Ernie Ball strings for me, but I'm looking at trying some new signature sets that have been released recently. Interesting, Todd. Yeah, I never look. I just always go, well, I've got my strings. I know which ones I'm going for. So I've never even really tried any other ones since. It's something to look into maybe and see if it makes a huge difference. Scott says some knockoff stuff is legitimate product that has been stolen by workers that don't get paid as much in a day as what a pack costs and sold on. That does happen. I like the non-corrosion bags and the Dario sets. The awards program is amazing. They are often willing to give a free sample sets if you want to try something new. Very cool. Ricky says, I'm a Gibson fanboy too. Chord Dave. I'm not mad at you. Thanks, Ricky. Appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes I do feel embarrassed. I'm like, I am a Gibson fanboy. I just hate myself so much. But then I'm just like, it's only guitars. It's fine. So, it's not the most serious thing in the world. Just lost 10,000 subscribers. I haven't even got that many. My knees hurt. Pretty impressed that you're about to finish that beer. There you go. Yeah, it happens occasionally. More so because people started giving me shit for not finishing my beer. I don't know why it was that important, but apparently it is. Yeah, so it's all good. Scott says, I want a parody Sweetwater sticker that says shitwater. All right, Scott, fine. Water sticker. I'll see what I can do, my friend. Although I might get in trouble, but we'll see. My knees hurt says, I got a set of strings in October of 21. They've been on my desk since then. Maybe I'll change them this weekend. It's as good a weekend as any. Glenn says, I only have 2 Gibsons and I'm a fanboy. There you go. It's all it takes sometimes. Ryan says, I mainly buy Gibson. Got 6 right now. More to come. Definitely will be more to come in my collection at some point. I haven't got an actual Les Paul at the minute. I will get one. There's a few in my wish list or basket or whatever. So yeah, at some point I will add one, and probably only one. But I will add more SGs and Flying Vs and maybe an Explorer or something, and a 345, one of those. But yeah, lots of stuff. There's always stuff on my wish list. So that's it. Marsh says the XT and XS are amazing. They last 2-3 months and don't feel like coated strings. I'm not a huge fan of coated strings, but I haven't tried them in a while. Maybe I'll change my opinion. The XC feels like non-coated. The XS is slightly slick and not thick like most coated. Do you work for the Dario? You should. They should give you a job. That's been nearly daily playing, by the way, and sitting on a stand. Muddy says, I only have 1 pair of black TCD thongs and nipple tassels, and I'm a fanboy as well. That's not true. You have 4 pairs of each because you're the only one who bought them. But thanks for pretending. I appreciate it. Ricky says the last Ernie Ball Slinkies I got was a 3-pack of 10 to 46 yellow pack, and they were turning my fingertips black. Interesting. I've never had that problem with them. I've had a few cheap ebony fretboards do that, but that was there's only on brand new guitars that has happened with, obviously. Benny says, Marcia, agree on the non-corrosive bags, and Muddy says they do that to me as well, Ricky. Sure. No, look, it's one of those, I think, where I'm not sure if there's can be different reactions in skin and all that sort of stuff to them, but I've never had that problem with them. Not with those ones. But then who knows, that could probably start happening to me now that you guys have mentioned it. Glenn says, I'll post a pic of my Ernie Ball prototype strings on the FB group later. I'm an Ernie Ball fanboy. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Ryan says, what are some nice lighter acoustic strings, Marcia? There you go. That's a good question. I have no idea. Todd says, it's not the strings turning your fingers black unless they're fakes. So there we go from Todd. Yeah, I said I've never had the problem. Ricky says, I bought the pink 9 to 42 and no problems. I wonder if I got some old strings first time this ever. And those are 9 to 42s. Yeah, that's what I use. And so maybe it's a different brand or different ones that have the issue, but I've never had that with those ones, and those are what I exclusively use. So Ernie Ball, if you want to throw me on your sponsored list, feel free. That'll be cool. Scott says, baldness allows you to wear wigs and change your appearance daily. Dave with a slash perm. Who knows? Halloween is coming up. So things might happen. I might have a slash hat on its way. Ricky Compton says, so I wonder why that's happening, Woody. Money won't know. D-Mac says, do you find Gibson problems being the same issues over and over? If so, what are the big problems mostly, or is it a wide range of issues? So D-Mac, good to have you here. Thanks for dropping in, and thanks for subscribing to chat with us. I would say it's a combination of things. Some things pop up more than others. But yeah, I've seen so many things just wrong, just badly assembled parts, finish issues, binding issues, like flaking off and stuff like that. Yeah, fretwork being horrendous, misaligned bridges and things. It's just awful, just basic amateur stuff. So yeah, I would say it's a fairly wide range of things. Never really the same things over and over. It's always like different variations of things, but lots of issues is what I see and hear about. Todd says to Muddy, I'm thinking the true Muddy in you is just showing through. Todd's got you pegged. Benny, 1,000 non-corrosive bags of gold. No other brand does it, which is a problem when you save extras or have multi-packs that aren't individually wrapped. Those have been there for months, and those have been there for longer. So yeah, I keep, and there's more on my window there as well. I keep them in those, and I've genuinely never had a problem with them. So that's an interesting call out, though. I should check into them a bit more and see. Just buy some fresh ones and see. Put some of those on a guitar, put the fresh ones on different guitars, see if there's a difference. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that at some point. Put that video out before the V video, probably. We'll see how it goes. The outer garboard also protects the strings from getting crushed during shipping. There you go. Ricky says, well, I know it's not the frets either because it's on my EVH Wolfgang USA and the frets are stainless. There you go. Todd says, gonna land a gig working for the Dario with all the FAQ advertising she doing. Yeah, exactly. I think I said that. She's looking for a job. Should get one. Maybe Muddy is having a bad luck because of the shop retailer he's buying from. Maybe they aren't storing or packing, etc. carefully. What do you say to that, Muddy? Dave, do you know of any other Epiphone models besides the Wildcat Royale that have an Epiphone custom shop decal on the back of the headstock? Oh, I'd have to think about that, Scott. Not off the top of my head. And yeah, good question. I'll have to think about it and see. I'll let you know if I think of anything. Muddy says to Ricky, likely a reaction from the moisture in your fingers or air creating oxidation. There you go. Getting all scientific on us. Do SIT still make strings? No idea. Ricky says, I'm going to go back to Nye XLs for my guitar and my Warren DeMartini USA custom shop guitar. There you go. Todd, I get free samples and replacement packs from a brand several times. Isn't that kind of like sponsorship? It kind of is. So yeah, good stuff, Marcia. Glenn says, my Epi Thunderbird bass has a custom shop sticker on the back of the neck. There you go. Straight away in there with the, but that's a bass. Does that count really? Just kidding. But he says, Marcia, guitars I've received were not on display, so 100% on Agnesi & Co. There you go. Yeah, pretty much. Ryan says, Marcia, if you ask some brands, they'll send a couple of packs and some other bits. And Benny says, Marcia, exactly. You buy a set of the Darios and you just have them around, and they'll still be fresh when you open them. There you go. We're all learning. Maybe the Ernie Ball yellow pack 10 to 46 are old. Could have been. Scott says, thanks Dave for a great show. Everything you were doing here is very accepted. I see what you did there. Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate that. That's good, actually. Marge says, Ricky, if you like the NYXL, try the XS strings. It's the same NYXL string, but with a nano thin coating you can barely feel. Most people use the NY. All right, seriously, you are working for the Dario, right? You come on. No, I'm just kidding you. Just teasing you. It's all good. Ricky says, I love any ball strings, but restringing a Floyd is a pain. And I'm going to get some D'Addario XS and try them. Actually, there you go. Yeah, Floyd, restringing a Floyd would be off-putting for me, for sure. Mercy says, Ryan, I haven't had luck with other brands, but that's what's that brand that makes Foxwoods? I asked them recently, and they flat out said no. I haven't asked either. I haven't asked others. Todd says, cancel culture with a new guard of highly sensitive dweebs are ruining the world for everyone. I don't like the censorship mindset that they possess. It's dangerous. It's slowly creeped in. Todd, not so much. I wouldn't call it cancel culture, like the censorship, the more kind of tamed version of things that's out there. Everything's just become a little bit diluted to where it would be. A lot of metal and rock albums in particular, like the covers. Books used to have the same things. You used to see books that would have risque covers in the 70s and 60s and so forth. It would never pass now. Censors and things would be on TV that would never pass now, and things would, all that sort of stuff. So, it's just the whole, in terms of just censorship, that's primarily what I'm talking about. And there is a cancel culture thing. Everyone seems to get targeted at some point. But it's the world we're living in. What can you do? My knees hurt says, I got to head out, folks. Take care. Good luck to you. My knees hurt. Hope you have a good week. Take care of yourself. Amar says, I mostly use XTs because they're best for my hand disabilities, but I try to get freebies with my monetary situation. No dice with some brands. Only D'Addario has been consistently willing. There you go. Good for them. That's cool of them. Ricky says, it's okay on Gibsons because changing strings is a quick task, but the Floyd Rose equipped guitars take time. Yeah, absolutely, I would agree with you there. Benny says, my Epi SG is a custom shop too. There you go. Yes, getting a few of them there, Scott. Todd Moore says, gotta drop out, guys. Hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks, Dave, for the chat, and cheers to you all. Peace and love to the TCD family. All the best, Todd. Take care of yourself. Enjoy being back home. And Mark says, Ricky, try send them an email through their help thing on their website. They'll send you a sample pack or two, and that's cool. And we see then what we've got. Trying to get through some of these ones. So the see you laters I'm going to just skip past. Once you get them set up, they're all good. I've got them set up to dive only with a trem setter and an EVH detuner. That's cool, Rick. Yeah, they do scare the life out of me though. I wouldn't be able to deal with one. It'd just give me anxiety, I think. Glenn says, class trip to Geek Lords Museum. Everyone into the van. Who's driving the van? That's the question, Glenn. Is it you or me? It's one of us, I think. Wait, did Scott leave early today? I don't think Scott ever leaves early. That would be a violation. So, just kidding. And what is, let me see, where you got very quiet for a while, so I scrolled up and it looked like you said bye to Dave. There you go. Marcia's watching. She's coming for that mod position. Glenn says, if Scott leaves early, all hell will break out. Started probably by me. Indeed. We're watching you. It's all because Dave's a mile behind. Dave's always a mile behind, isn't he? I'm trying to get through him. Because it's been a busy chat today. Matt says, all Vinyl Casino song reviews welcome. We recorded, mixed, and mastered ourselves, so any feedback appreciated. Very cool, Matt. Yeah, definitely looking forward to checking that out for you. So look out for a few subs from the group over the next few days. And without Scott, this place turns into Thunderdome. With Tina Turner. All right. Corey says, I'm gassing big time for 2 P90 Epiphone SG. Those are good ones. Get the Faded Pelham Blue. It's the SG Special. Faded Pelham Blue. It's a good one. Those are my favorites. Benny says, a limited edition 1966 G400 Pro Ebony. One of the last with the old headstock and rosewood fretboard. It came with really nice fretwork for the price point. Very cool, Benny. And Glenn says he's also been gassing for a P90 guitar. See, you can't go wrong with P90s, guys. They're super cool. Ryan says, Corey, that would be cool. There's a P90 Gibson LP special for sale at a shop here, refinished in Pelham Blue. That's the one. That's the one. It's a very cool guitar. Corey says, Glenn, I've got a single P90 Tokai Love Rock Junior double cut that I love, but I'd still like to add a P90 SG. P90 SG's where it's at. It's where it's at. And Benny says, my go-to for just grabbing and playing, always in tune. My SG is very cool. It's very good at staying in tune, to be honest, at least to my ears, which probably means out of tune. Here you go. Scott says, my Wildcat is that is custom shop feels much better than regular models. Paint is higher quality too. Very cool. And Ryan says, Wildcats are awesome guitars, and yeah, I have an Epi CS special, and the paint is far better than regular Epiphone. That's interesting. That's interesting. I do like the Wildcats. They're really cool. The Real Wildcats are excellent. Benny says, I didn't exactly what the custom shop thing entails, but they're doing something special. Yeah, I think they're going to be reviving that a little bit soon as well. The Uptown Cat ones are not the same. The older ones are half-inch bigger than an LP and chambered mahogany, and they had many LTD. They had many limited edition ones too, like Tiger Skin and Flame Cat. I think they've started remaking those, actually. I'm seeing them pop up more on retailers, and they've been sold out for years. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, they are starting to make them again. Corey says, I usually buy strings in 3-pack from Amazon. I've had one bad experience with a high E string snapped at the ball end of all 3 packs. That's not good. Just to tuning to pitch, never had a problem since. There you go, yeah. They should be okay. They should be okay. I think it was Brian Seltzer Wildcat 2. Could be wrong. Might have been. Ryan says, hey, what's going on with the Facebook? I don't know. Is there something going on with the Facebook? It should be all right. Let's see. Ernie, balls are for children, Dave. What do you think the shiny colors are about? I've never said I'm not a child on the, maturity level. Glenn says the FB page does look different in the past couple of weeks. Interesting. I don't know if they've made changes to Facebook or whatever. Maybe I'll have to have a look at it and see. When I go to the Facebook page, I see it differently than you guys do anyway. It gives me like your page view or something. It's really horrible. But I'll try and check it out. I'll try and sign in and have a look at it for my regular account tomorrow and see if there's anything I can figure out. Scott says, my buddy's new Strat has HHH Duncan's 2 hot rail single coil sized HBs and a duck bucker in between them. He's the guitarist from Iron Maiden Strat. Very cool. That sounds an interesting one, to be honest. For instance, they should consider making Power Players V, maybe a lowercase v. That's an idea. It's an idea. So yeah, we'll I'll pass that along to Mr. Agnesi next time he's invading, the channel. Marcia says, I bet they'll release one of those. Maybe. It's a good idea. It is a good idea. Maybe not the friendliest learning guitar, but for like sitting and so forth, but still cool. Good idea, Ryan. At least they'd get a V video before 2030. Oh god, you guys are, I'm putting it back to 2025 now. Marcia said they really need to sell better padded gig bag and hard case. Have you seen the joke of a gig bag it comes with? We'll talk more about that when the guitar arrives next week. Looks like a grocery bag. It does. Yeah, it's like pointless. It is pointless. Is the Power Player's neck the same bolt pattern as the full size, like the Les Paul 100? Another good question, something to look at. And Scott says, my 12-string Dior 212 is still in tune after a year in the case. Played it today. Wow, that's impressive. Thank F. I don't want to tune it. Yeah, 12 strings. Pretty hard. Flying K Power Player guitar. That'd be interesting. And Marcia says, my phone is about to die in case I didn't get to say bye. That's why. Don't worry, Marcia. We're just about to finish up. Take care. Marcia from Glenn. Scott says, could have 2 P90s and be a special K. Wow, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Anyway, guys, we are at the bottom of the chat, so we're going to let you go. 25 minutes overtime tonight. There you go. Do you believe it? Anyway, it's been a cool week. We've had some cool guitars, some good videos, and they're doing well, which is great. We've welcomed their first sponsors. So yeah, listen, I'm going to say one more time to you, check out the sponsors. It will help me get more sponsors, the more people that sign up for it. It is free. They will not charge you, and make sure if you don't want to continue that you cancel, set a reminder or something. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a super cool one. I've enjoyed all of your company. Thank you to all the generous, lovely people who did the super chats, and all the lovely, cool people who were in the chat with me. Always great to see you. I'll see you again for another guitar video very soon. And until then, take care, and I'll see you here next week where we give away a guitar. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.